Bro, that was freaking hilarious. Woo, that's the times we're living in, y'all.
Now, the funny part about that is if you actually have watched any of the mega pastors, he literally clipped some of the most ridiculous stuff from a number of their sermons, right? So there was literally, because some people seen it and you don't follow church, you may not even realize it, but someone was flying through the church on the cables. Someone was really saying they Louis Vuittons was right at the bottom because of the blood of Jesus.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
He was like, I'll wear Christian Louboutin because I'm a Christian. And I'll walk in the blood of Jesus. That's why he got the red bottoms on. That shit crazy. Yeah.
I thought he made that up.
All of that was clipped from stuff. Even the $4 million clipped from something. So this is the funny part, is that all of this has happened in actuality that we've seen, except for the part where he's in the back drinking the monsters, which is so subliminally genius. I was like, that's a good one, right?
Yeah, you gotta send me those original videos.
Yeah, I had to find them.
It's been crazy work. Oh my god.
Correct.
Hey, Druski a genius for real though.
Rose,
yeah, genius, bro.
I'm dropping a link. Rose, pull up with your peanut head.
Wow.
Hey, Druski a genius, yo.
It's my first time watching this clip. I know it went viral like 2 days ago, something like that.
No,
yesterday,
it literally went viral like yesterday or earlier today.
It was today, I thought. Yeah, I seen it
today.
Okay,
I haven't clicked. Yo, this is funny as shit, yo. Hey, especially what he said.
It's funny because you want a baby.
You want a baby? Let me get you pregnant.
Impregnate you with the word.
Y'all laugh because y'all know that shit legit, bro. Let's keep it funky.
Bro. Yo, the pastors, I keep saying that, but they don't want to believe me, man. The pastor is a pimp, bro. He be pimping on them all-ass women for the past 40. What do you think those all-ass women go to church for 40, 50 years, bro? What do you think they go there for?
They be in love with the pastor.
There you go. And she continue giving out that money. And trust me, pastor put dick in on nigga back in the 70s and 80s. That's why they continue going to get some more of that dick, bro. Trust and believe that, bro. I know it hurts your soul because some of those ladies, some of your grandmamas and shit, and your mamas, but that's the truth. I'm sorry, that's the truth.
Not the
I know a couple of pastors. I know a couple of pastors. This pastor that I know, this nigga got 2 houses next to each other on the same block, nigga. That's some fly shit, nigga. That's some fly shit.
He need a place to keep both his wives. No, shit. I don't get, like, the black church is fucking hilarious to me, bro. Like, I understand what everybody be saying about the small churches, bro. But if you even look at them churches, like, my ex-wife church, right? Listen, my ex-wife church, she from Alabama, right? Look, some all-ass church. You know, I was young and you thinking that's the way to Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is a real church, man. You go in there, man, every week they asking you for money, bro, and the door to the kitchen never get fixed, bro.
Yep.
It's the same broke door. Like 20, I went down there to see my daughter graduate. This is 16 years later, bro. I gave them $200 because, you know, they had the pew fund. You know what I'm saying? They had the pew fund. You know what I'm saying? I come in, I see my little name tatted on the pew. You know what I'm saying? A little plaque on the pew. Ricky Williams donated, But the kitchen door still fucked up.
Yo, Rick, listen, bro. I engage in plenty of fights with my own mother, bro. And until I got it off, start going to church, bro. With that whole 10%, whatever the percentage they have to give up on that plate, bro. You see what I'm saying? I used to cuss her ass out until she finally stopped going. Bro, church is like a cult, bro. I'm sorry. That's like a cult. They brainwash these people, right? And my mama finally realized that, man, yo, I used to be mad because like, man, you fucking wasting all that money. At least buy me some shit.
Right.
Fuck
you need them Jordans, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
And it's like, and what's crazy is right, these people get their 501c3s, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? They don't pay no taxes, bro, right? And but let you need some help, and your family, your mother been giving to that church her whole life, your Grammy too. You know what I'm saying?
That's the problem I have with a lot of the churches.
Right.
And that's the problem I have.
But Pete, hold on, Trey. I got you. Right. No, but you can go to the Jesus Christ of Latter-day States and get a loan.
I didn't know that.
Right. Here in my town, you don't even have to be a member. You just have to know somebody that go to their church that'll vouch for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when I was talking to Becca earlier, Rick, about the Bible literally says that the church is supposed to be a storehouse.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it says.
The church supposed to be the bank for the black communities. But people
100%.
They don't understand the history, right? The black church sold out, right? Because the truth, if y'all know y'all civics, right? State and church was never supposed to mix, right? Y'all know that,
at
right?
all.
Church ain't got nothing to do with state. State ain't got nothing to do with church, right?
Mm-hmm.
The black church was supposed to be able to house the wealth of the black communities, but they sold out with tax-free benefits, bro.
So my question
is, spot on, but that's actual scripture though, Rick. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand, that a lot of these churches are not abiding by the structure that God actually set in the word. The Bible literally says that the church is supposed to be a storehouse. So if somebody's in need in that congregation, they should be able to come to that church and get their need met, not go through an application, not go through a credit application. No, we have a need. We distribute the need and help the congregation or the people in that community. Go ahead, Rose. I apologize.
No, you fine. Hey, y'all.
Hey, Rose.
Hey, Rick, real quick. Don't she look like Candace Owens with the hat on?
A little.
Rick, come on, man. Be real, bro. Don't talk about
a little. I said a little.
Just a bit.
It's the ears.
Oh my God.
Rose, stop touching your ears, Rose. Don't listen to them. Go ahead, Rose. What you was talking about?
That a lot in high school. My ears and my forehead. But anyway, so my question.
Big old forehead.
You know what they say about girls with big foreheads?
What they say?
Flat booty. Flat booty.
Yeah, usually no booty.
I don't know. I just asked. Like,
it hurt when she sat down too long.
Okay. I know that. So my question to y'all is, where do y'all think the church is supposed to get these resources from, financially support members or non-members in the community that have these struggles that need help? From y'all understanding, where do they get this from?
The people. They're supposed to do black community during Black Wall Street. They used to do something called Roscoe system, where like everybody put into a pot, and after a certain amount of time, people pull from that pot.
Who is everybody? The people in the church or outside?
The people within that community, that church. I don't know if y'all call it partner or Roscoe system. Basically, everybody put into the pot, and they draw a lottery. And that's how a lot of black people during Black Wall Street were able to like set up a credit system and get stuff done. So that's what they were supposed to do. That's how they kept the money in the community.
So if that's the case, why can't people understand why church asks members for money, whether that's tithes?
No, it's not that, baby. It's not that, Rose. It's not that. What
is it then?
I think if we be into the basics, right? I think most people that attend a church understand, especially if in your Bible, understand that tithes is part of it. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that, again, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I've been to a number of churches in my lifetime, but what I've experienced is that the black church never pays back what they get.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? It's like, again, like I said, here in Rochester, Minnesota, right? You could be part of a black church all day. You can give your tithes and your offerings, right? But when you need help, there's nowhere to go. But here in the same town, I can go to I'm telling y'all, because I've done it before, right? When I had hard times, I can go to the Church of Jesus Christ, a lot of their saints, and they'll float me some money, right? And I don't even go to that church. I'm not a member. I had somebody that was a member that was able to vouch for me, right? And again, the part that bothered me is also, again, the pastors, right? And how they perpetuate a lie. Oh, we got a kitchen fund, but the kitchen got the same stove from when you was 2. Right? When you were stealing cookies out the bake sale, it's the same stove, it's the same refrigerator, it's the same door. There's been a roof repair fund since I don't know when. They don't take care of what they need to take care of. How can you provide a message for anybody of support or anything when you don't take care of what you're supposed to take care of first and foremost? So.
Now, I do think there are, now I've never experienced this per se, because I've been going to I have heard these stories, and I'm not saying that they're wrong because I don't know what these people have experienced. I've been going to the same church since I was born, since my mother was like my age. And at any given moment, we were quick to help somebody, no matter if they went to the church or not.
Right, y'all, right? You, the parishioners, right?
Us, the
members. Okay,
right.
Gotcha.
Of course, there's a committee. My goddad was the head of the deacon board. That's a committee. Then you got another committee that gets together and say, hey, let's see what finances we have available. If Sister Jones need $1,000, we got the 1,000. We'll give it to her. But if we only got 800, we'll give her that. But there was never a time up until this day, and I got a new pastor. Up until this day, there's never been a time. That's why it's so disheartening to hear that that's going on. But there's never been a time where we did not help somebody, whether they went to the church or not. I think there are pastors these days that get so greedy. So you see these millionaire pastors that's driving around these Bentleys, etc. And you got Sister Jones that's been going to the church, and she was damn near 10 years of age, giving her last at some given points, and she can't even get $100 from the church. And if she do get it, she damn near got to give it back. I know it's churches out here that like this is a loan, and sometimes with interest. But I don't think, I think I heard y'all talking about something earlier about how some pastors are driving around these expensive cars, and they got all these chains, and they got I don't see the problem with that, because I know for my pastor has a full-time job. He pays his own rent, his own bills, take care of his own family. But you do have some pastors that are on salary with the church because ministry is full time. Now, y'all, some people are crazy to not expect some pastors to be on salary because they have their own families. They have their own household to take care of, and you can only take care of that with money. So, and like I said, if their full-time job is ministry, I don't understand that. But like I said, you got some that just have their a full-time job and they take care of their family for that. But you got to understand too, your pastor is not going to be fully available how you want him to be if he has a full-time job. So either way, you know, you got to think what your ministry is like, what's the needs of the ministry, and how you want the pastor to meet those needs. So, but on the other side, there are pastors that use church's money how it ain't supposed to be used either. And it's up to the people to get him up out of there, because you got to remember too, all churches ain't churches. They'll operate under so-and-so Church of God in Christ. But when you get in there and figure out what's going on, it's a cult. It's a bunch of his baby mamas and just they kids trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things going on. If I take a Popeyes sign now and put it on the front of my house, that don't make it a Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? You gonna drive by, you might come in here thinking some chicken, but it ain't. So you got to be careful that people are operating in the name of the Lord, and they're really not.
I agree.
And then I think that also gives real churches that do real ministry a bad name, because now it's all of a sudden, oh, these churches, and I go through the same thing in my organization. When people denounce, they're like, yeah, that organization is this. I'm like, no, don't use your own personal convictions to project that on what we're really about. You operated under your own bylaws and constitution. We're not about that. We're operating under a totally different entity. So if it's something personal that you got going on, don't try to project that on us as an organization and a church. And people do that, and then it just gives us all a bad name, and it's very unfortunate.
All right, I got something for y'all to just hold on. Y'all watch this real quick. I need y'all to watch this. Give me 1 second. I need everybody to watch this.
People think you got to be a Klan member to come to our church, and we're a church.
This is Thomas Robb, the Grand Wizard of the KKK, or as he likes to put it, the National Director. See, the Ku Klux Klan is currently going through a rebrand. Instead of calling themselves the KKK, they now call themselves the Knights Party. And Thomas Robb doesn't like to call himself the Grand Wizard. Instead, he's chosen a more subtle PR approach, the National Director.
We don't have a sign, everybody welcome, because everybody's not welcome to our church. There's
something that no one has ever really talked about is the fact that Thomas Robb is not only the Grand Wizard of the KKK, He's also a pastor.
There's a certain element of people that just aren't welcome. The image always showed Jesus Christ with arms outstretched, wide out, like everybody. But the reality, Jesus Christ is not wide arms stretched. His arms are, what he said, the path was straight and narrow.
Right, but wouldn't you say that the path of straight and narrow is welcome to everybody?
Well, we're having to dissect various applications of that statement. But is it open to everybody, like in the broad sense of the word? No.
What I hear is like a person of color, a black man, can they be saved and then be part of the kingdom of God?
What does saved mean?
I mean, if we're going to go off of a traditional theological practice, it is understanding Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. A traditional Christian perspective, that means then you gain access to heaven.
Well, I like the word redeemed.
I asked him if a black man could go to heaven, and this is Thomas Robb deflecting that question for 13 minutes. The reason why I was asking was when I was asking if a black man could be saved, you would just reference that they could just be blessed. So as one,
I just don't know. I mean, the Bible doesn't literally, in spite of what people say, the Bible doesn't address black people hardly at all.
Does that mean then? So your belief is the Bible was written by white people to white people?
In modern terms, written by Israelites.
I mean, that's a very generic way of putting it, but yeah.
Written by Israelites to Israel.
So would it Israeli
okay.
in your church?
Probably not. And
I want to make sure you picked up on that. His belief actually has nothing to do with how he believes the Bible or who he believes the Bible was written by or written to. It all has to do with the color of their skin.
Where's Captain Tazariak when you need him?
Wild.
You don't need them. You don't need none of them.
Diabolical.
I played that for a reason.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
No, that was crazy work because everything that he said wasn't even true.
It don't matter. What's the issue?
No. So I was that video substantiated Rose's point that a lot of people proclaim to be Christians or proclaim to be the church, and they're true. They're really not what they proclaim to be, is what I'm saying.
Right. What I'm getting at is that, again, your pastor isn't needed. The black pastor isn't needed. The white Ku Klux Klan pastor ain't needed. You have to develop your own understanding of the word of God.
100%.
Right. This is the problem. Everybody think they need a mediary. You don't need no mediary. Because right? That's the hustle. That's the real hustle. Right. Yeah. It's thinking that you got to go through somebody else for you to get your blessing.
I agree. I don't have an objection.
Well, I think I will say that a pastor is needed, but to get to God, the answer is no, right? And I think you need, and that's why there's a lot of illustrations in the Bible, especially the New Testament, about it being a body, because everybody has their different parts and every part is needed. So I won't say that a pastor isn't needed, but is a pastor needed for you to receive a word from God? No. Is he even a mediary? The answer is no. And I do think that the way that we have structured the modern church is the way that we've structured it. If we were to look at the Old and New Testament on how things were structured, I mean, for people who believe only in the Old Testament, well, the priests were only of service from the age of 25 to 50, and they rotated who was the head priest. Right. Mm-hmm. If you look at the New Testament, Paul was traveling around saying, hey, welcome this person, welcome that person, doing all the things and, saying all the things. And there wasn't one singular person that was in charge. When he addressed the letter, he addressed it to the entire church body. It wasn't say, hey, Pastor so-and-so of the Church of Corinth or, the Thessalonians. So I do think that how we have structured things modernly.
So Becca, I'm following what you're putting down, but Uncle Rick made a very great statement, and I think you got to really, really substantiate that a little better. How is a pastor needed, though? I don't think you really answered that specifically. Hold on, Rose. We're gonna let you We're gonna let you give your perspective. So, because Becca conceded that a pastor is not needed. So, I just want to go because she said a pastor is needed, but she didn't elaborate like in context. She just made a statement, blanket statement.
Yeah, so I think a pastor's role, according to the New Testament, is someone who shepherds the sheep, right? And so it's a pastor's role is to provide that guidance to a larger set of people and to help mediate, right, and bring people back to the right path. Now, I think that just like a prophet is to, speak things in season, out of season, bring correction, edification, tear down, build up, right? A teacher is supposed to be the person who's, teaching you the word, connecting the dots of some of the things, diving deeper into the cultural and different significance of things, right? An evangelist is someone who's supposed to be out there in the world, kind of preaching the to the lost and things, and we're all called to be evangelists in some, right? Some people are just going to be better at it because they're gifted at it, they're toward it. So like when I say like a pastor is needed, I think every person right in the body is needed for whatever their particular role is. But as far as what he said, like your pastor is not your mediate, like between you and God. It don't, like Jesus is only that. he ain't supposed to be no limiting factor. And I would tell anybody, if your pastor doesn't want you to be as biblically literate and as into it, and if he's the only one getting up there every week preaching, probably an issue. Because most of the churches I've been to, there's multiple people who are coming. He's trying to build people and grow people to be better versions of themselves in God. So,
actual positive representation of why a pastor would be needed. Not saying, I'm not trying to discount anybody's points, but they're supposed to be guarding against false teachings. Like that's actually what they're supposed to do. They're supposed, like that's in the rule of the Bible. They're supposed to guard against false teachings. Then they're supposed to equip the body of Christ in the will of God within church. So in that, instead of a lot of, people have a lot of stories of church hurt, what I'm saying, how they go to church and, been judged or misjudged or misplaced judgments have happened to them. But as it's supposed to go, you're supposed to actually be going to church with your questions. Like a lot of times when we enter certain sections of our lives, we have a lot of questions, especially if we start off believing one thing and this is what we grew up on. And then as we, go through life, we end up having our beliefs being, adjusted or just having more questions. You're not necessarily saying you don't believe, but just having more questions. A pastor specifically is supposed to be someone, especially if it's like a pastor that you grew up with, someone that you trust, is supposed to be that extension so that you can go to with these questions so that he can properly equip you on your Christian journey and to help you with any false teachings in case you, ran into one of them debates on your college campus and it got heated and it questioned everything that you ever believed was thought to be true. You should be able to go home on winter break on Sunday and talk to your pastor and he'd be able to reaffirm those things or at least explain them to you so you have the knowledge to go forward instead of just discounting it or, just saying, hey, well, you need to just pray over that. You know what I'm saying? Pray over that spirit of deceit. The devil is trying to swivel his little snake inside you and get inside your brain and mess you up, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a positive representation on why a pastor would be needed, though.
You got a response to that, Uncle Rick?
Yeah, I think he made a great point. But I think again, my point still stands, and I can explain, right?
And hold on, Uncle Rick. After you go, I want 30K to speak. Go ahead, and then Rose.
Yeah, and both of them make great points that the world worked the way it's supposed to work. And if it was bunny rabbits and rainbows every day, right? The truth is that let me explain, right? Everybody know what a dictionary is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes,
so is the Bible made up of words or feelings?
Words.
Right.
Stories.
So, right.
Stories.
Right. Yeah. Right. So what's stopping you from having a full understanding of that book? Right. You looking at that book, you going to somebody else for their understanding. It's not your understanding. It's their understanding. They shape the way you think about something.
But that does.
Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
That with theologians, the study of theology, a lot of pastors that actually go to Bible vocational school to actually study that so that they can properly assess and deliver those interpretations properly. So it doesn't become what you were alluding to. They're just their interpretation of, well, the scripture basically says. that, you know, if you don't eat your green eggs and ham, you're going to hell and you're going to shit fire and snakes are going to come out of your eyes. No. So they're going to school to get that deep dive. You know, obviously, I mean, a lot of us, Becca has, I know I have, you know, I've read the Bible. I've read it cover to cover. So, you know, having that knowledge is one thing, but when not only are they reading it cover to cover, they're actually studying it chapter by chapter, book by book, to have that intellect, to have that knowledge, so that when I come to you, you're not just feeding me a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
You're trying to pacify me. You actually you went to school, you know, to study that thing. It's almost like me trying to talk to a lawyer that went to law school, and then they basically like, hey, you know, are you gonna be able to tell me what law is? Like,
bro, this not law school, right? This is not lawyer ease, right? It's not legal ease. Why don't you pray to God and ask for understanding?
You can and you do. Better. You can and do.
Right. So I'm gonna ask you again, what's the point of a pastor?
All the examples I just gave.
To still shepherd. I think
that's still leaning on someone else's interpretation.
You're still guarding against false teachings. Think about it like this. I can pray.
You don't know that.
I do, because
you're hoping. No, you don't.
I do know. I know, because just like, you know, when you're praying, like there's a lot of people that will argue with me, to your point, about prayer, right? They'll be like, oh, I don't believe like you Christians. Y'all over here just wishing like a genie in a bottle. You praying, ain't shit finna happen. Nothing's finna change. You just praying and praying and praying and nothing changing. They say that to us all the time. So I can pray for understanding. Yes, prayer without work is dead. I'm still seeking the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? I'm still going forward and walking in my purpose to seek the knowledge. And I've already prayed to get God to guide my footsteps while I'm on this journey looking for said knowledge. That's
Gotcha. Sam.
You see what I'm saying?
For sure. That's a great point. So my question to you is this, right? When you go talk to the pastor, are you looking for understanding or confirmation of your understanding?
I'm looking for understanding in general. And I think that also can be anecdotal based on what we're talking about, what the topic, what just happened, what I'm coming to him for in the first place. You see what I'm saying? I don't know like what the example, like something just happened, you know what I'm saying? I need understanding on this situation, or maybe I need scripture to explain to me what I just witnessed, or can you explain this situation that just happened that I just saw in the church? This ain't Christian like. Can you explain that to me, Pastor? Why people act like this and they supposed to be like, what's going on? Why they do that? Why they act like that? Why they do this? Or whether it's understanding of like our walk, since we're walking the same walk, or understanding, and we're talking about the religious doctrine in the Bible in itself. I should be able to.
Hold on, with Samson. So I'm gonna preface this for Uncle Rick. So Uncle Rick, so I think Samson is going in this direction. So let's pigeonhole it for a little bit. Do you believe that there's a lot of people, just like the video I showed with the man who is out here giving false teaching, and like Samson said, hey, I'm gonna go to the pastor because there's a lot of people out here leading people in the wrong direction. My pastor is going to be that buffer to help me understand some of the things that I need in dynamics and being a believer, especially if I'm a novice and I'm just becoming a believer. It's going to take time for me to learn the word and learn right from wrong in biblical, in Christianity. Let me just say that. So do you believe that what Samson is basically saying, I'm just pigeonholing it to get us in one direction on one context, that a pastor is needed to buffer the lies that's being talked about, spread it, or displayed in the society or inside the church?
Not at all. Because I think, again, if you've read your Bible, novice or not, and you have a dictionary, you know how to develop understanding, you should know that already.
So I think one of the things, though, too, that a pastor or a teacher, right, is also conceptualizing what we're reading, because I think that here's a prime example, right? Now, everybody heard it's easier for a rich man to get through the eye of a needle than to get to heaven. Have we all heard that before?
100%.
Okay. How many people actually knew the eye of a needle was a place?
It was an actual place, for sure.
It was an actual place, right? Yes, a place. Now, you can read the Bible and you can totally understand that. Well, it's easier for a rich man to get through the eye of the needle than it is to get to heaven. But for some people. Now we have and I do say we do have the benefit, right, of being in modern times where ChatGPT and Google can tell us what that is. Back in the day, right, there was someone whose sole job from priest to pastor was to know the literal and the conceptual and the historical context to what we were reading. And so if you were reading that and you can understand it, everyone can understand what it just said. That person was someone you can go to, like, I read this, but what does this mean for me? Right. And then they could explain that the Eye of a Needle was a place that you had to actually strip off the packs of a camel and carry it in order to get through to the other side. So the conceptualization is that even as a rich person, there are things you're going to have to strip out of your life and carry them very carefully to be able to get through the narrow pathway that it takes to get to heaven. Right. So certain things, like I said, pastors can be those people to conceptualize it and to kind of like explain certain things. And I do think right now, right, it's like, we do have the internet. So it is kind of like, so do you need a pastor to explain some of the things to you when you can look it up yourself? But I will say modernly, you know, it can get dicey as we have intelligence and things that, you know, are doing those things for us.
I agree with that, what she said.
Yeah. But 30K,
right now,
you ain't said nothing. Where you at?
I was trying to be patient. I don't like talking over people or, you know, or doing anything like that. So I just patiently wait for everyone to say what they have to say, and then I give my input. I understand what Uncle Rick is saying. I understand what Samson's saying. I think it's from two different, like, I guess if you want to call it levels. I'm gonna try to bring it down to, like, you know, warriors and soldiers, right? So who comes out the womb knowing how to swing a sword or shoot a gun? Right, you got to be trained in that stuff, and then once you get to the point where you're equipped enough to understand the basics of your training, and then you go out and you fight the battle. Then when you fight the battle, that's where you get your experience. What Uncle Rick was saying was, okay, now let's just, and I mean, God forbid this was to happen. All these great individuals that are considered men of God, like, you know, Bodhi Bakum and all these individuals that were, you know, they have been proven to say, hey, these people are unwavering. What happens when they, you know, God forbid, it's not on your time, but on God's time, these people are taken from the earth. Where are you at that point? This is why Uncle Rick was saying, it's like, do you need a pastor? Because eventually you're going to have to go on this path and you're going to have to show yourself approved. Like, you have to, like, regardless of, I'm not ready. It's like, okay, well, the fight is here. You know, certain individuals that lived on the Eastern Bloc, when those tanks rolled through, and they were told, regardless of your age, of you being 15 or 72, you never shot a weapon, you need to defend this country. And they were forced to do that. Then what? It's the same thing like when you're a Christian. It's like, yes, I need to understand this word because no one knows the day or hour where I'm going to be tried or tested. You have to, regardless of if that spiritual mentor is there or not. What are you going to do? Now, if you're grateful or blessed to have that individual like, hey, Pastor, I went through this and I know that you went through this. So can you help me understand this for my own knowledge? So just in case if I was to ever be caught out there by myself again, like, how do I get through this? I understand it from that standpoint. Is that what you're referring to, Uncle Ricky?
Yes, because at the end of the day, again, I hear what everybody's saying, and listen to what I'm saying, guys. I'm not trying to knock what you do. Get to where you got to get. You understand what I'm saying? Do what you got to do to get where you got to get. But what I'm saying is, if we do believe in the word and we believe that every man will be judge of his own accord, I can't lean on another man's understanding. You understand what I'm saying? Because I got to perform. I have to perform. I have to live up to a certain standard, right? I have to make sure that my heart passes the test. And I can't be like, well, the pastor told me. Right? Again, you got to have your own understanding of what it is and what it means to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't need an intermediary for me to get down, and not just on your knees when you meditate, when you by yourself in your alone time to speak to God, right? Me and him gonna come to an understanding on our own accord. No other man gonna have anything to do with that.
That's true. To a certain extent, because if you think that a pastor that's put over a group of people, the pastor is called a watchman over his sheep souls. God is definitely holding the pastor accountable, whomever he put under his leadership. That's why it says in the Bible, how can you hear without a preacher, and how can they preach except they be sent? God qualifies them. God calls them to lead their sheep. That's why you have to watch what type of church you join, and then you have to understand where you are in life to make sure you select the right pastor. And then it says that the elders that rule where are worthy of double honor. That's a reason God qualifies them to lead their sheep. And that's why I think it's very important to have a pastor, because you ain't going to no job and they ain't got no manager. You got the manager, and then you got a person that's up from me, the director of the department, and then they report to the CEO, they report to the vice president of operations. You know what I'm saying? That's how the church is built.
So church is a business?
I had a question to that. Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
My bad, Uncle Ricky. I had a question to that. So to that statement, and everybody, please understand, I'm not here to beat up anyone. I'm just trying to have a conversation. So please don't take it like me being aggressive towards y'all. So these same pastors, like, if we're supposed to have them as a pastor, then who's their pastor in that same text?
Right. My pastor has a pastor. Absolutely. My pastor is the superintendent of our district. He has a bishop or an apostle that that mentors him and that's over him. Absolutely.
So the reason why I say that is because Paul himself said it in his time. He was like, yes, I mean, if you want to be like me as I, be like Christ. So the ultimate goal is for everyone to be on the same level. The issue that I do see that I know a number of us have seen is that people want to try to enact a form of a caste system, and it's like you would never go above this level. That's a problem. That's a serious problem. So you're stagnating certain individuals that potentially is supposed to replace you. But this is where pride comes in. What's it? Lust of the eye, lust for the flesh, and the pride of life. These individuals will not inherit the kingdom of God. So that's where 1 John chapter 4, and I keep saying that, where you have to test every spirit, good or bad, to see if they're of Christ or of the devil. That does not exclude like any man on this planet or any woman on this planet. So you will have certain pastors, and I've ran across some of these individuals. Well, that's why I had a reputation in the DMV. Like they start saying some wrong stuff. It's like, whoa, hold on. And then now the congregation is coming to swoop in to protect them. Like, you can't talk to him like that. I was like, why not? Show me in the Bible. And I show him in the Bible. Now I'm a problem. And then I get freaking ousted, or I'm drummed out. That's the problem that I'm starting to really see when it comes to the end times. It's like I can't put myself under an individual and wait for them to reach a certain level for me to reach a certain level. So that's why I asked, when it comes to the hierarchy, right? Even though when Christ died in the crucifixion, and the veil in the temple was ripped, which means there is no more separation. You don't have to go through a priest in order to go straight to God, where through Christ now we can go straight to God. He's our priest. So through Christ, then you can go to the Father. I don't understand why I have to go through a man, then go to Jesus, and then go to God. I don't understand that. But that's just me.
No, you don't have to. You definitely don't have to. Definitely don't have to do that 30K at all. But I will say this, and I think Uncle Rick was touching on this point earlier. When you say like you could be able to educate yourself, I definitely agree with that. I just think what I hear a lot of times, I mean, I just heard it leaving the gym not too long ago. It's like I pray all the time. I ain't never heard God's voice. So I don't never hear nothing. I ain't never heard him. He ain't never talked to me. So I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I pray every day. I do what I'm supposed to do. I read the Bible, but I ain't getting nothing from nothing. So I don't know. And what happens is a lot of times the people I hear this stuff from, they're looking for, going back to Rose and Becca's point, that shepherd. Because like you said, you just said, you have a dictionary, you have the Bible. They've read it. They understand what the words mean. But that doesn't really, when we get down to the solidarity of the relationship that they're trying to attain, or the answers that they're seeking, and they're not going to anybody or a pastor or a pastor that's actually positive or beneficial to them in their life, they don't have anyone that they can actually talk to. What typically happens, outside of, like we just talked about with praying, is now, I'm praying and I'm not either hearing God, or I'm not hearing what I want to hear, or I'm not getting the answers that I'm seeking, and then I don't have necessarily anyone to talk to. So then it becomes a situation where I'm just lost, because I already did what Uncle Rick said. I understand what the words mean. I understand all of that stuff, but that's not helping me with what I'm going through in my personal journey. And I'm praying for help and assistance and guidance from my Father and Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, with assistance on my journey going forward. But I'm not hearing nothing on that. And to your point, Uncle Rick, and 30K's point, that doesn't help when you got niggas at the church that's supposed to be helping with that, not helping. And it doesn't help when on top of that, they got another person on top of another person, and none of you niggas is helping. And then y'all gatekeeping. So I understand exactly what y'all are saying. I'm just saying, I'm like answering the question.
Yeah, I hear you.
But you know what?
That's all right. I got you, bro.
You know what? But some Christians, what we do, when God don't
what y'all be doing, Rose? What y'all do?
When God don't give us an answer, we got to understand that is an answer.
Yeah.
And so a lot of Christians too, they want God to answer them the way that they think he's supposed to answer. We want more of a confirmation of what we already think. We don't want nothing that, is opposed to that. We don't if it ain't what we already want to do, we don't want it. And so I think that's a mistake that we make as well. To your point.
I spoke to God yesterday, Rose.
And what you say?
I hollered at him. He said, "What up?" He told me to tell you take that tree down.
I know, and they keep dragging me in the comments, and I'll just be so busy.
It's time. It's over. It's over. Hey, go off camera and put that thing in the box right now.
My neighbor still got the Halloween stuff up. I don't know what's going on.
But sometime I'll decorate it for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
You decorate the tree for that? We still talking about the Lord. Never mind. Well, I'll get to you.
We gotta circle back on that. But okay, so here's
stuff like that.
So here's one. My first best friend was from South India, which is Kerala is it's a South Indian state, which is a lot of Christians, because of the caste system or whatever. They were the darkest and the lowest on the caste system, all that thing. So a lot of them accepted Christianity decades and almost like a century ago now. Now, in her church, there was not a singular pastor, right? So it was that there were people who were called to be pastors, and they kind of model it after the Old Testament, where the people who were called were like in a group, kind of like how the priests were back in the day. And then they would rotate responsibilities. They would have months where the person was supposed to speak and things like that. And then they each had responsibilities in the church. So if someone was assigned, him and his wife, to married people, single people, this person, that person, someone did care ministry for the sick and the shut-in and all the things. So I wonder if modernly some of the issue is that we have made a pastor a singular person, right? Versus in other places or in other parts of the Bible, there wasn't really a singular as we would look at it. It was multiple people, kind of in cohesion. So how would you guys feel that if you went to church and they were like, you know what, there's no more one pastor, all these people have the pastoral ministry, and they're all going to now rotate?
Well,
I go to a church like that. Like, there's my pastor, then he has an executive pastor, assistant. It's quite a few of them. But I think that, which I don't have a problem with to a certain extent. I think I'm kind of spoiled, because my pastor, he's my daughter's goddad, and I talk to him personally. So it's like, if I need something, you already know I want to talk to you, right? But I think as long as they go under
what if he say no?
You know what? Which he has, because I think it's unfair, because I still have to talk to his assistant sometimes just to get on his calendar for an appointment, and I can't.
So you a brat, huh? You just a brat, huh?
Hey, Uncle Rick, we gonna get there.
Huh? What you say?
Y'all leave Rose alone.
What you say?
So you just a brat, huh?
In a way, because I'm spoiled.
In a way,
spoiled
is a brat. Spoiled is a brat.
That's a negative connotation.
He's still talking in Jesus' name.
And is it fair for me to assume that's in all facets of life?
Yes, Uncle Rick.
Most
yes.
definitely.
He ain't
Rick,
doing it.
Uncle Rick.
Wait,
Hey,
what are y'all
on it too
we
soon.
can go,
You gotta use
hey,
up all
Uncle
that
Rick,
day.
you gonna open up the door so we can go and get to the nitty gritty stuff.
No,
Man.
Uncle Rick. I was trying to end the thing.
What did he say, Becca? What did he say?
He said, "Turn your eyes on Jesus." Next. I got your back, girl.
Yeah.
So Rose, Rose, in a relationship, can a man tell you no, and you not be emotionally triggered?
You're supposed to keep it on Jesus. Damn it, Uncle Rick.
No, because I'm gonna get emotional.
Rick, did you hear? Oh,
I know already. I just want to see if she's gonna admit it. I already know.
Here's my thing, and it's funny because we had that conversation, right? Because I don't like being told no. Because hold on, listen to me.
Because you spoiled.
I'm spoiled, and
right.
I feel like don't try to come in my life and unspoil me. But I have been told no, and I have gotten over it. I did not cause a scene or throw a tantrum, but I don't like it.
That they saw. You didn't throw one that they saw.
Because I feel like I deserve it. Why you gotta some guys just say no because they can, and it's in their vocabulary. Ain't no reason to be telling me no.
Hey Rose, I was telling everybody. Watch this.
Very dangerous concept.
Literally telling everybody earlier. I have a client that I trained this past Sunday. Him and his girl was in my living room. We were having a conversation. Relationships came up. They're in a relationship because I trained them together. So I started being petty because she made a statement that she would not rub his feet. And this man pay your mortgage, bought you a car, $30,000 cash off the lot. He paid cash for it. Do everything for you. And she said she cannot give him a foot massage. Make that make sense. So a man can do anything for you, but you're not willing to rub that man's feet. Rose. And then not only that, the conversation got to the point where I asked her, well, what do you do for him? She could not name one thing that she actually does for him.
What?
That's
Rose, you can't name none either, but go ahead.
What? I absolutely can. I am a giver. Anybody I've been in a relationship with will tell you that.
Call somebody right now. Call somebody right now.
Tangible, please.
And ask them what?
That you was the giver.
No, it's 11 o'clock.
It's early. Okay. We grown. What you talking about?
Uncle Rick, watch this. Hold on. Uncle Rick, watch this. It's 11 o'clock, right? Uncle Rick, we did a stream the other day.
Don't do it, Blue.
Now I gotta go here. She capping.
5 in the morning. 5 in the morning, right?
A dude called.
You watched that? You watched that, Uncle Rick?
Hey, dude. Oh, so Rick, you was watching when the dude called at 5 in the morning?
I'm everywhere and nowhere on this YouTube thing.
He is no one.
He said, ask somebody I was in a relationship with.
Hey, I think I missed that stream. Damn.
What time was it exactly? Like 4? 2 a.m.?
Yeah, somebody had called her like 4 o'clock in the morning. She muted, and we were asking who was she talking to. And she told us what happened though. She had hit a good. She had plans for a date. The dude ghosted her basically.
Damn.
He fell asleep.
Rick. He told her he fell asleep. That's what he said. He fell asleep.
That's a ghost.
That's worse.
Let's stay on
Casper, right? That's true too. That's
okay, my bad. Okay.
I tried to keep him on Jesus. You brought.
I had to expose that she capped though.
Wait, how did I bring something up? My man was on the Lord.
Yo, you said you were spoiled. You was in here being evil, and like spoiled is a sin, ain't it?
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
In Jesus' name.
Isn't that kind of
being
like
greedy?
It's
being greedy.
Yeah.
Y'all so mean.
So, Becky, to answer your question, you got to remember back then when Jesus gave the warning.
Oh, wow. Wow.
When he gave the warning because he knew that his death was near, he was basically warning the disciples that was supposed to go out and preach the message that, I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit and then y'all can test me. But he was basically telling them that, things are going to happen, which means they had to operate in a decentralized form. And that's exactly what happened. Like none of the disciples were out there living lavishly, how many times did Paul get thrown in jail?
A lot.
So it's like, and I think out of all the disciples, there was only one that was going to have a peaceful death, and they even try to kill him. They try to starve him to death on the island of Patmos, which was John. But all the other ones had gruesome deaths. So when I compare like religious leaders to the extent that they will give up their life in order to preach the message, I'm comparing it to those individuals. And it's like, y'all not doing that. Y'all trying to live comfortably. And I know in the scripture where it says that, lovers of pleasure is more than lovers of God, and you will know them by their fruits. Like, are they living so lavishly where they are lovers of pleasure? Like, come on now. Like, I mean, that's just me looking at them. And then people will say, well, what does it say in Matthew about the beam in your eye and the speck of my eye? I say, you really want to take it there? I say, we can do a magic school bus ride through the Bible right now. And then that's when the conversation ends. Hopefully that answers your question.
No, that was a good one. It's true. I think too, we're in a Western world, and until you meet people, Christian people from China, India, any of those other countries where life is hard, and I mean really hard, being a Christian, I don't think we fully get it. Like what people are willing to do to stay connected to the word and to each other.
I'm gonna say this real quick, just to show how serious it is, because every time I have to, and I know it's the Lord telling me that I'm very thankful that I'm over here in the United States. By you having a toilet, that's literally a pleasure. There's people out there that don't have toilets and they got to use leaves and only their left hand in order to wipe the behind. But we got paper, we got running water. The water doesn't have parasites and it's filtered and things like that. And people are acting like things is hard. Oh, the struggle. Oh, you ain't doing this for me. You ain't doing that for me. I was like, are y'all serious? Hey, how about we take this trip over there and do some evangelism? Well, that's the pastor. I mean, I believe in him. I support him. Well, I support him, but I mean, I don't know if I can do that. I'm still trying to learn. It's like, really? I mean, not to call people out like that. It's just that it gets ridiculous when you start seeing certain things on TV. And it's like, y'all not doing that. Y'all not like locked up for preaching the word. And it's a good thing that Uncle Ricky brought up a term that I used before too. You're a 503c. That means you're connected. It's supposed to be separate. But once you go under 503c, you're under the confines and the restrictions of what the government says that you can and cannot do. So if you're a 503c, should I really be listening to your message?
You already broke the covenant. You already broke the covenant if you're a 501c.
That's true. That's true.
But that's why when I had my mentoring program, I didn't make it a nonprofit and go that route because I didn't want to be controlled. I didn't want them to say, if I want to talk about if I didn't want to accept little kid that think they girls, little boy think they girl, okay, well, I'm not rocking with that. And I'm going to preach and I'm going to teach against it. So y'all not going to be able to tell me what to teach and preach. So listen, I don't want no overhead. I don't want nobody being able to control me. I'm going to run this mentoring program the way I want to. I'm going to say what the hell I want to say. And we are going to use the people to donate. If y'all can't donate, then we just not gonna do it. And half the time, I will come out of my pocket for everything anyway.
Yeah. And in my opinion, you guys don't have to follow anything I say. I'm just some guy on YouTube y'all met a little bit ago, right? To me, the blessing is that you're here.
Yeah.
Right. We're all blessed to be here to experience this thing called life. What your life is. I look at the Lord, at the God, or at the guy as nature, right? Nature has order, it has rules. You know what I mean? I also look at God as masculine, right? Mm-hmm. God is a definition of masculine, right? So you're here to do whatever it is you're here to do. Me personally, I believe God has nothing to do with what goes on in between the affairs of humans. We have free will to choose to do how we do each other and how we want to treat each other. That's why I say you got to fall on your own understanding, right? Because it's really about how you move about in this world that you blessed to be in with other people, and how you affect them with whatever you want to call a blessing, your actions, your energy, whatever, right? So that's why I'm saying when it's time. Hey, I believe that when it's all over and everybody's judged, everybody gonna see who they supposed to see, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to be relying on some other man controlling my understandings. right?
But the Bible speaks against that, Uncle Rick.
I don't. Where does it say that at?
It say lean not to your own understanding.
In all their ways, acknowledge him.
So
let me ask you a question.
So who should I get my understanding from?
That's why a pastor is there.
Does it say get it from a pastor?
No, it doesn't.
It
That's
doesn't, but
that's the short.
Watch this. I'm just saying, right? Does it not say in the Bible that God does not reside in houses made by the hands of men?
Mm-hmm. It does say that.
So what is a church?
But a church is just the building. The people are the church. That's just a designated spot that you all come to. Because if not, we'll be at everybody else's house every Sunday.
So see what I'm saying? That's your understanding. That's not my understanding.
And that's why you need a pastor.
Right?
That's why you need a pastor.
That's not your understanding. So again, how can another man tell me how should I understand something?
To Rick's point, I understand where he's going with that. I used to study this stuff just so that I can be equipped to go against individuals that will misconstrue the word. This is not towards you, Rose, in any way, shape, or form. I'm talking about the individuals that will purposely misconstrue the word. So there was a time period where they had the Gnostic Gospels. Yep. So what those individuals were doing, they were perverting the word of God and trying to say that this is what the word of God was. So it was a huge problem back then where people would say, well, the word of God says this. It's like, no, this is what the word of God says. The Torah says this. It was a huge problem. I mean, even during when the disciples were around, they had to deal with people like that. They were trying to tell them like, no, well, this is what God is saying. It's like, no, this is what the word says. And that's where it came up where it says, do not lean on your own understanding. And then go back to 1 John chapter 4. This is why you have to test every spirit to see if they're of Christ or of the devil. And if they start to do things that you know that's not according to the word of God, like the word of God blatantly says, do not lie. I think that's Colossians 3, but it also says in the 10 Commandments about do not bear false witness. And they're doing that. You're like, yo, you're not doing that. You're not supposed to be doing that. And then they turn, they say, don't judge me. But then the word of God says that I can judge you righteously. What are we doing? So that in itself, that person is testing my faith because now I'm starting to question. And the purpose of that is to question. The devil did that to Jesus when he took him to the high place. So doesn't the word of God says that you will throw yourself off of this ledge and the angels will catch you and bring you back up? What did Christ say? He says, but the word of God says, do not tempt the Lord thy God. So it's like you can't go outside of the will of God. And the only way that you understand what the will is understanding that word and making sure it's in your heart. That shouldn't have to come from like everything I'm telling you right now. I had to learn that on my own because some of the churches I went through, they were teaching to emotionalism. They were teaching like what feels good and then say that was the spirit. I'm like, wait, hold on. Like certain things that the disciples went through, and I use them as an example, did not feel good. I mean, they were beaten for preaching the word of God. Beaten almost to an inch of their life. Multiple times in jail. That doesn't feel good. That's not like bottling my emotions and like making me feel special inside. But the thing is that you're having people like Olsing that's trying to preach to the emotional part. But then what happens if you're emotionally unstable? I guarantee you those same type of individuals, when an emotionally unstable person comes to them, oh, we got to cut the tape. We got to cut the tape because they know what's going to happen. They're going to really be tried on who they are, and they can't handle it. Oh, I think you need to go to a paid professional. But I'm supposed to be coming to you.
I agree. And then when they mention, I know they mentioned in the New Testament, you guys can fact check me on this, but I believe it's in the New Testament around Matthew, where they mention ecclesia is like the called out assembly, and how God mentioned like the church, and he said like it's referring to the universal body of believers, and it's also describing it as it's like the body of Christ, the bride of Christ, and the family of God, all as that conglomerate makes up the church. So it's still supposed to be a fellowship community. It's not supposed to be a journey that's walked alone. So when you always have the opportunity to edify yourself, that's always going to be good. But it's also better based on the doctrine in the Bible to have that fellowship, that conglomerate. Doesn't have to be in a 503c church. We can do it in the driveway. We could do it in the alley. We could do it outside the gym. I pray with my guys before we go home outside the gym all the time. So, I mean, you could do it anywhere. I mean, that's literally what God's word said. But as long as it's something positively pouring into you. And that's honestly, the baseline of Christianity is values, which is basically it's about love. It's about forgiveness. It's not about condemning anybody. And it's about treating people the right way, blessing people if you can, paying it forward to bless others, like basic values of being a decent person, like a decent human. It's like the baseline of it. And most of the other stuff that I think people kind of go off the rails with, I think you touched on it, 30K, is like using the Bible to manipulate, trying to use the scriptures like, yeah, it says this, it says these exact words, these are the words, we looked it up, it says this, so that means this, gotcha, right? So you're doing this, aren't you? Right? You're living wrong, so you're not the perfect Christian that you also pretend to be, self-righteous person.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about none of that. It's not about none of that. It's literally about walking the walk that you talk. That's it. You're doing your best, and you're gonna go every day. You're gonna go hard every day to do the best, to live your life the best way that you can every single day until you go, until you die or anything like that.
Yeah, but it ain't a big deal until.
Hold on, how you gonna reply? You were just on the phone. How you gonna reply? You just on the phone.
Oh,
you was hearing out. You heard us.
Like the church ain't a big deal till you need that warming center. And
you heard on. You didn't answer my question. You heard us.
What you say?
Did you hear us? You was on the phone. How you heard what we was talking about?
Oh, she dropped out.
She can't hear me. She finna come back. She can't hear me. That's what it means.
I wanted to say this piece too, and this is the misconception of a lot of people. Did Jesus ever lay hands? And I'm talking about those hands on anybody. Like, did he put hands on people?
Technically, he spit on the ground, mixed up some mud, and smeared it on someone's eyes. That's, I think, the closest, right?
That's the closest thing he did to laying hands. I know people laid their hands on him, but outside of the mud on the eyes, I don't think he laid.
Hey, y'all. Hey, we got a question for in the chat. Mitch Chick got a question for y'all. She said, I question how a imperfect person can translate the Bible. I feel like they translate what they think.
That's all anybody can do. See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all, again, y'all is looking for someone else to edit. I ain't gonna say edify. Edify is the wrong word. Correct. Y'all is looking for somebody to develop your understanding, right?
Okay.
But hold on, Becky.
Sorry, go ahead.
If we want to break it down to relative terms that y'all understand on here, right? What that means is that person is influencing you. Right? Whether y'all want to believe your pastor influences you. That means while you agree with that thought, more than likely that original thought was not your own. When you are judged, you will be judged by what you did in your understanding, not nobody else's. Well, like sis said, well, he gonna be like the pastor. No, and I got the Most High from my understanding. Gonna be like, well, why did you listen to him? The book is here. The word is here. Right. And I know y'all not going to like this. Right. But the truth is, this is how men operate. Right. This is how men really operate. You understand at the end of the day, it's going to fall on you in your understanding of things, how you operate in the world. I can't blame it on nobody else. My mama, my sister, my cousin, my father, my brother, or Jesus. I have to have that understanding as a man in all facets for me to live my life righteously, for me to live my life correct. Right? The women the reason why women are such a big part of the church right now is because y'all so easy to influence.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hey, I got a story.
You said it's more men than women in the church, or you
no,
opposite?
No, more women.
More women. And well, I'll say this. To someone's question, how can the question was something about someone being imperfect, right? The Bible was really written by everybody who was imperfect. They're written by humans. Every human's imperfect. Every word that you read was written by someone imperfect who sinned.
That's a good point.
Every single thing you read was by a human, and they all sinned except for the one person who didn't sin, but who didn't write the Bible. So check that one, right? So I think one, for us to realize that either, and I always have this thing about people, right? My first question is, do you believe Genesis? Do you believe that God created heaven and the earth, out form and void? If your answer to that is yes, and you believe that in a God who can literally create universes, worlds within universes, atmospheres, people, animals, insects, oceans, all the things, right? You believe in a guy who can do all of that. If you believe in a guy who can do all of that, but his shortcoming is a book, or his shortcoming is not being able to pick out people or create people who can do something while imperfect, but do it to perfection with the little part that they have in it, then what's the point of believing in a guy who creates in the universe?
None at all. None at all.
It is to do with people, right? And he created those people. He can create people that even with their shortcomings, he'll create other people who have strong suits in their shortcomings. That was Moses and Aaron, prime example. Yeah. Moses was like, I got to stutter. I don't want to do all this. I'm a murderer. He was like, fine, have your brother talk for you. Every time you see Moses talk, Moses isn't talking. Aaron is talking, unless they're talking to each other. Literally, right? So I think that it's just one of those things where it's like sometimes you just got to take hold of your faith, right? And just realize, like, yeah.
They say it again, Becky. Your faith,
right? It'd be like
your faith,
we
right?
Live in
your faith,
right?
Your faith.
Correct. And I'm not saying that, like, when I say that a pastor is needed, I'm not saying you need a pastor to get to Jesus. That's not what I'm saying, because the only thing you need to get to Jesus is Jesus himself. There are Muslims who will tell you they were somewhere and Jesus appeared to them because they were searching for God so diligently with their hearts that they'll tell you that Jesus appeared to them in their room and was like, I'm the way, the truth, and the light. What you're looking for, what you're begging God for is me, right? And they're in countries, they ain't read a Bible, they ain't nothing, but they're looking for God so diligently that Jesus Christ, they will tell you, has showed up in their room to speak to them. So to, Uncle Ricky's point, yeah, you don't need a pastor to get to Jesus. A pastor is there for guidance, and he should be a good shepherd. And to 30K's point, you should test everything.
I got a question after you done.
Right? You should test everything coming from anybody. I don't care if it's your mama, right? Or your daddy. Test everything, right? And just see. And you test it by knowing the word. And the only way to test people is by knowing the word and at least having that basis to say, okay, if my pastor told me that, the world was created in 8 days, I know that's a lie. And he's not exhibiting the fruits of the spirit. Why? Because I read Genesis and I know it was 6 days, seventh day rested. Right. And if someone says 8 days, if they try to add, and then the Bible literally says anyone who tries to add or take away, may they be cursed. Right. So I think that, yeah, there's a lot of different positions in the body, right? Everyone has their giftings, their callings. People don't even realize that the priests of the Old Testament were the ones singing instruments and doing the things, right? It's like you have to read it for yourself. You have to know for yourself. You have to believe it for yourself. Everybody else is an addition too, but I do think they're necessary additions that at some point in your life you will interact with. You might fall under, you might be one yourself, right?
So Becca, I got pushback. So what about the people of the biblical times that did not have pastors when we didn't have organized church? So when Ricky, now me, I do believe pastors are beneficial. So I don't 100% agree with Uncle Rick, but I understand where you're coming from, and I'm just giving pushback for the lack of the conversation. So what about the people in the biblical times who didn't have pastors? They didn't even have organized church. So when Uncle Rick says that,
no, it's not true. Here's why.
No, I mentioned that earlier when I was talking about.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna explain to you, right?
They did not have. I'm saying.
No, they did. But I'm gonna explain to you why we got to look at it right from a continuation point, right? In the Old Testament, the priesthood was set up, and even when like Jesus came, there was a temple, right? So what we use as the word pastor, right, is something that is a Greek word that describes an overseer of religious sect, right? Back then, they had the priests of the temple who were doing the jobs of that aspect, right?
Okay, stay right there. No, stay right there. No. Let's not go too far. So, from my understanding, I could be wrong. 30K, help me out because I know you're a biblical scholar. So, Samson, you as well. The priest, he didn't preach the gospel.
So, if you think about it, what
the
book
priest was in the temple?
No, they did.
Atoning the sins. Hold on. The priest, you went Old Testament. The priest was in the temple atoning the sins for the people. Correct. Right or wrong? Somebody help me out.
That is one of the aspects. They also played instruments, right? They ministered before God, and they read the Torah at that time to the people. And then, if you think about it, I forget where book it is. It's I don't know if it's Nehemiah.
Okay, so right there. Hold on. So if they had the Torah and they're reading from the Torah, that's not preaching the gospel because the gospel is the gospel.
Wait, and then they had to explain it to the people. That's literally I gotta look it up, but there is literally a Bible experience in the Old Testament where they hadn't read the Torah in so many years, and they found out when they read the Torah that it was the feast of Sukkot, and when they did, they started weeping, saying, "Oh my goodness, we haven't." And then they sat everyone in groups and they explained what they had just read to the people. So part of it was that you were to read, right? And they were actually reading the Torah on a daily basis. And there were people, so back and then everyone didn't have written. So no, there was a central place you would come to get, like, so that you could hear the Torah. You get what I'm saying? So no, there's always been people to explain things because back in the day, the literacy rate was so much smaller and it was not a widely given, like everyone didn't have the Torah scrolls. So no, there was really, we think it's like, oh, the pastor now. Back in the day, the priest and whoever was like learned to read and write, they were the only people who had access to the scroll.
Right. But look, I'm sorry, 30K, my apologies, bro. So yeah, how many of y'all work in corporate America?
I used to.
Right. You ever have two supervisors explaining to you the same thing?
Yeah.
All the time.
Don't they give different interpretations of they try to give you the baseline, right? But they have different interpretations of how to get there. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yes, all the time.
Right. But then you realize it was a lot easier if they just gave you the pamphlet and you read it yourself, right?
Correct.
For some people.
For most or some?
Some people. I wouldn't even say most.
Fellas, ladies, would you say when you was at work, was it more simple for you to get an understanding of a certain task or policy? Was it more simple for you to simply read it and get your own understanding, or for someone else to translate it for you?
Well, I'm a black and white guy, so I will go straight to the regulation just to make sure that they're not just telling me from their standpoint. Because you have certain supervisors, they want you to do it their way, but their way is not efficient.
In my field, in my specific field, based on the requirements that I have to complete my tasks and my projects that I work on, I got to talk to the user. I got to talk to the user to figure out exactly what they want before I can actually go about completing it. I have to. Like, if I just go off of the stuff they say, the shit don't even make any sense. It's run-on sentences and shit. Don't make any sense.
Go off the stuff that the user says?
I have to.
No. I got you. My apologies. Let me clarify. So you just said that the stuff they be saying don't make any sense. Are you referring to like the supervisor or your customer?
I'm talking about both. So what I'm saying is just in my field, I get a set of requirements, I get tasks, I get tickets, I get all kinds of stuff that I gotta complete.
Mm-hmm.
When I get it, I pull it up, I read it. What? You want to what? I asked, they don't know. I gotta talk to the user that put the ticket in.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. I think you're hearing me wrong, right? Not an assignment. I'm saying a policy or procedure.
I get what you're saying, Rick, because I used to work in a union-based position, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, the union and the property, they be like at odds a lot. So if I got a problem with HR, I have to learn that human resources is not there for me. They're there to protect the company. So I can't go to them and ask them anything. Even though they over me, I can't go to them and ask them anything because they're going to give me an answer that's beneficial to them.
Exactly.
So I had to go straight to my book and get my answer, or call my union rep and say, hey, what should I do?
Right.
Because I can't trust them.
Understood.
And I can't trust them, but they hired me. They gave me the position.
They
trained me. They said, now we working together. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And that's why I said you have to be very strategic and intentional out here, because you have to pick a church and a pastor. You need to talk to your pastor. Kind of act like you on it. Like, how long you been pastoring? Where you get your knowledge from? And you got to talk to the people that.
Hold, Rose, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop
see,
right there.
But you see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying.
Rick, hold on. Watch this. Rose, the average pastor not gonna answer them questions.
And I don't have those problems. That's why I can't relate to that. But I understand where you're coming from. I'm not saying it's not happening.
The average pastor is not gonna answer not a single question you just asked. Matter of fact, most churches you can't even get to the pastor.
And you're exactly right.
For maybe a few moments.
That's horrible.
It's true.
And what I'm saying is this. I'm sorry. 30K, go ahead, bro. My apologies.
Yeah, I wanted to say this before I forget. To Becky's statement, as well as to Trey's statement. Now, in those times, right, before I forget, I just want to say this. Just don't forget your thought, Ricky. You had prophets that God spoke directly to, and there were signs and wonders that followed to prove that God was talking through them, and they were the most feared people in the land, to a certain degree. Samuel, he had Saul, shaking in his boots, because he knew that Saul knew, even though he was the king, he knew that if he touched Samuel, then his ride's going to end a lot earlier than he wanted to. So, like, these particular prophets that were basically called out by God, these individuals are the ones that spoke to the people too. To go up to a certain point, I was supposed to bring this up a couple of days ago, but I'll bring it up now. I mean, you will have certain individuals that will, in all their might, with the full power of Satan behind them, that will still try to find a way to remove that person so that they can have their way. And this person I'm referring to is Jezebel. So even though Jezebel was a queen, she was not the king. She didn't have the final say. But she had to get, I think it's Herod, had to put him in a position that he could not go against, or he would have lost the faith of his people, in order to get rid of John the Baptist. Because what John the Baptist was saying was true, but she was offended. She was truly offended, because she was bringing stuff into the temple that was blasphemous to God. So John the Baptist, being as he was, because he was a dirty dude. If you read like how he dressed and how he came as he is, and that is a shot towards all these pastors out there that said, "Come as you are." That dude was always in water, smelling, and he was still baptizing people, regardless of him being nasty as he was. But it didn't really matter. It just the point was that he was bringing the word of God. But because of the fact that Herod made that claim and said, "Because of what you did up to my crown, I'll give you anything in the world," and then basically persuaded the daughter to say, "I want John the Baptist's head on a platter," you can kind of equate that to some of the stuff that you see today. And it's sad because of the stuff that she did. But because of and this is the thing where people need to have the conviction in their heart, specifically ladies, as well as the man and those two individuals, right? God, if you read the word and you saw what happened to Jezebel, killed her, as well as made sure that her bloodline would not continue after that. Like, God doesn't play games when it comes to that form of blasphemy. So this is the word of God coming through a person, and because of the stuff that God allowed, just because of the way the laws work that he approved, John the Baptist lost his head, but ultimately the judgment spoke to the people by not tempting God because of what happened to them.
And hey, 30K, do you know that you heard about John the Baptist was a Essene? You know about the Essenes?
I got to look that one up.
Yeah, they say he was in the scene. That's a whole nother rabbit hole that we can go down. Hold on, y'all, real quick.
Hurry, get a glory seed. Get a glory. Empty your checking account out. Empty it out. This is a glory seed. Shout glory seed.
All right, man. Appreciate Bap Works for hitting the cash app, man. I appreciate you for blessing the cash app. Uncle Rick, are you simulcasting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because somebody sent $5 on your side. Mixed Chick sent $5 on your side, Uncle Rick. So I wanted to show that support and respect. Great to hear you. Hold on, there it is. Support and respect. Great to hear you speak. So shout out to Miss
Thanks,
Chick for
Pumpkin.
blessing Uncle Rick on his
Appreciate.
side. You did what I'm saying? So we gonna
Where's my fucking money, motherfucker? Where's my fucking money?
Hey, Jake Snap.
appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for blessings. Hey, keep blessing. Keep blessing. We appreciate y'all. All right, go ahead.
Look at her. Look at her. Don't make no sense.
Don't do that to Rose. Rose, we can hear you, Rose.
Mute yourself.
Shut up and that's for somebody else.
Yeah, she can hear us. She hear everything we said.
Hey, but what's crazy though, right? What's crazy though is that
we ain't gonna
They having a book. They having a book club meeting. Hush, Becca.
At 11 that night, right? 11 that night.
Or her daughter. She may be talking to her daughter.
What's going down at 12 o'clock?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was on mute. I'm so sorry.
Ooh, we.
Be showed up to the house. Be showed up.
But okay, so my thought, what's crazy is that, you know what I'm saying, Rose, is like, again, you like you said, you have to search for all these things. That's not how it goes.
Hey, Uncle Rick, you know what I thought?
What's that?
Never mind.
She ain't got an AP. She is not mine. You cold. He cold. She belongs to the streets.
When you think that? And what the hell is that supposed to mean?
But hey, let me set the panel off real quick. I know they're gonna get mad, right?
The deltas.
Set it off for
right. But
okay. Yeah.
Hey, what's really gonna cook y'all noodles when y'all figure out Satan is a woman?
You know what's funny, Rick? I know you wanted to go down that rabbit hole. I'm going to speak a little bit to that because that's a whole different conversation. The funny thing is you kind of mentioned something earlier about God being in the masculine. The thing is that the enemy is always doing the opposite. So when you start looking at some of these groups, their God is always a feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
go ahead.
Hold on, I think y'all finna get some pushback. Hold on, I think.
No, I hope so. Right again, like I said,
she don't like that. Rose, y'all don't like
the problem. The biggest problem with people is, again, it's never y'all, right? When I read the Bible, I look at aspects of actions and interactions between regular people, right? Regular people. This is what's wrong with YouTube and people in general. It's never me, right? Our ego, most people egos won't even allow them to get to a spot that's some shit they went through or they would have done, right? So when you analyze the actual actions, the interactions of what happened in the Garden of Eden, it sounds like some shit a bitch would do.
Nah, who can trick a woman more? Another woman or a man?
Another woman.
Another woman.
Lies in deceit.
Yo, girl, hold on.
No.
Let me know when I can go. Your girlfriend can convince you some shit I could never do. Right? Nah. It's a reason why dude keep bad bitches, right? Because bad bitch can convince another bitch to come on through.
Ooh.
Like that island, that individual, what did he like? Who did he use in order to get his clientele? I'm not trying to get you strike, but you know what I'm talking about.
Jelaine Gazette, Jelaine Maxwell.
Uncle Rick, you know what Rose and Becca did? Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? Stop. I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
You want to go again?
That man had a perm. That's serious.
If a guy wants to engage in poly or have a threesome, I think we've heard it on several panels, even Uncomfortable Truth. He said he sent his girl to go recruit. His girl. He didn't say him. He said he sent his chick. Because why? She is easy to talk to y'all to convince y'all to join the team.
No, but who convinced first? A man convinced a woman to be on his side to convince other women to be on his side. It all starts with a man convincing a woman, though.
No, it don't. No, it don't.
Question.
No, it don't.
Wait, question.
Let me know when I can go. Let me know when I can go.
Question. All right, real quick. What's the true purpose of the sisterhood? The true purpose. And let's not skate around it.
What is
rebel against men, especially black men?
The sisterhood? What is the sisterhood?
Rose know what it is.
I don't have a response to Kiss statement. Kiss said to rebel against black men, and y'all didn't have a response for that, Rose and Becca. I was
Wait, my connection was messing up. I just got back. What happened?
30K said, "What's the purpose of a sisterhood, Rose? The sisterhood."
The true purpose of the sisterhood.
I feel like a sisterhood, they're supposed to uplift you, hold you accountable, keep you on that straight and narrow path to where you're supposed to be. Like,
or men?
Huh?
Themselves or men?
Themselves.
So they'll keep you single, right?
No, they're not supposed to. They're supposed to move in the best interest of you at all times. And now, if they know your best interest is to keep you single because you ain't shit, then they supposed to do that. But if they're supposed to, like my friend, no matter how many times she tell me anything about her relationship, I've never told her to leave her man, ever. I'll listen. I probably know things that don't nobody else know, but I'll never tell her that.
Are you the majority of the minority?
Hey, Uncle Rick, it's always they never do it as an individual themselves. It's always I never do it.
I ain't even trying to knock her. I'm trying to get back to the devil that Satan is a woman, right? I don't give a damn about the sister. Like I said, it's y'all nature. It's cool. I don't argue that no more, right?
What about the brotherhood? Y'all ain't.
What about it?
Y'all got one of those too.
How?
It's guys that spend more time in a barbershop with each other than they spend anywhere else.
Are you with
y'all
them?
Got a game back there, be a basketball hoop, all type of shit, because that's y'all
Wait.
brotherhood moment.
You know what?
Yeah, but we hold each other accountable for
See,
real.
we getting away from. No, don't do this. Stop.
Yeah, bring it back. Yeah, y'all diverted.
We're about to get off. We're about to get off on the wrong shit. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Right. So let me give you 30K. Let me give you point number 2. Right. Becca said it's all about a man convincing a woman. Ain't that what you said, Becca?
The original.
Becky? Yeah.
Is a man convincing a woman? Well, not a man. Technically, Satan is neither male or female, according to what we know.
That's a cop out. Let me tell you why.
Wait, hold on. I didn't finish. I would say, technically, angels, right? From what we understand, if he was an angel, right, and what we know of angels, that they came down to earth to impregnate who?
That was a certain group. That wasn't all of them.
Wait.
Satan is referred to the king of what?
Can I answer or no?
Go ahead.
Right.
What is? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It said the angels came from heaven and took the bodies of men. That's what it said. It took the bodies of men. What did I say? What did I say at the beginning? What did I say at the beginning when I started talking this? Right. God deals in nature. Right. So what make y'all think that there's not women angels and men angels? What make y'all think that when it's female and male on the planet, and are we not created in his image or nah?
I wanted to add something to that real quick, Rick. I know where you're going with that. So they can take either form, right? So this is why, like the night spirit. Do y'all know about that? Incubus and succubus.
Mm-hmm.
Incubus is what? It's supposed to be representing what?
A female.
No, a male. Incubus is a male. Succubus is a female.
Succubus. You're right. My apologies. But again, to make my point, right? For you to say that it was the seduction of men, I'm gonna say that's false, right? Because she already had the Most High God, right, and Adam already instructing her what to do. Correct?
Wait, say that one more time. Repeat what you just said.
Eve already had the Most High God and Adam instructing her what to do. Am I wrong or not?
Yes.
Right. So she already had a male figure, right? The only way she could be convinced of something besides what she had is that someone had to convince her that there was something better. Who does that better, men or women?
Men.
How? How?
All the time.
No.
Okay.
You want me to tell you how? You want me to nope. You stop, right?
Wow.
You want me to tell you how? If you go with a man, right, he has to show you something. Listen to what I'm saying. As a woman, He has to have the ability to show you something that's better than what you have now. You're not going to go off guessing conjecture. As a woman, you know that you got to have a better deal, because that's what, hey, ain't that what the women be saying? Ain't that what they say on these panels, right? The reason why, what they call it, hypergamy, right? She got to get upsell. What did Satan offer her?
Knowledge.
Yep, knowledge. To be like God, really.
What?
I said to be like God.
To be like God.
Mm-hmm.
To be like God. What does that sound like? Does that sound like a man or a woman? It sounds like dick envy to me. It sounds like penis envy to me.
That is so far of a stretch.
Let me paraphrase. Let me paraphrase. Listen to what I'm saying. Because like I said, I look at the understanding of general interactions between people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, girl? He told y'all don't eat that shit. You shouldn't even listen to that shit, girl. He don't want you to be smart like him. That's all it is. Him and Adam, they got their little coup together and shit. They be walking through the garden and shit. You could be just like them. What that sound like?
Sister.
Satan's a man.
Says who?
But
who?
He's referred to as he throughout the scriptures. He's referred to as the king of Babylon.
Watch this. Watch this. What's the quickest way? What's to saying that the greatest trick in the world is to that Satan convinced the world that he didn't exist, right? That it didn't exist. Let's say there's a robbery, right? And it's a woman that did it, but the person that calls in say, "Hey, I seen a man that was 5'7". Would they even be looking for a woman?
No.
Isn't that what that movie Dead Presidents was about? They thought it was a dude.
Right? So y'all telling me, right, that Satan, the only chip he had to offer, a woman that's in a garden, whatever you want to consider that is, with two men who got everything. She don't know but she don't know nothing else. But what they present to her, what she has, she was nothing and now she's here. What could another man offer her?
I'm sorry. Satan was a man. Well, was it he? I won't say he's a man because technically, like I said, angels, whatever. But you know what I do find interesting, right? Uncle Rick, I find it interesting that we earlier in this conversation we were talking about pastors' interpretations of the Bible, and you're literally using inferences, though the Bible clearly refers to Satan in the masculine the whole time, using your interpretation to try to change our interpretation.
Correct.
Of the word.
I'm not trying to change nobody's interpretation. I told y'all, this is my understanding.
Hey Rick, this is what she doing. She basically said that's why we need a pastor.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. Let me reel this back.
That's why they need pastors. That's why they need a pastor.
Rick, let me.
They don't want to tie my bike 30K. I got you, bro. But they don't want to tie that in and how they don't listen to men. You know what I'm saying? Or they can't find a man that will actually teach them and learn and actually shape their opinions and their knowledge as it should be.
So the caveat a little bit, right? Satan is there to pervert everything that represents God, right? So the natural order of things. So he wants it, or it wants it to be a woman to be the head, because that's not how God intended it. All right. So when you start and I say this, do this a grain of salt, make sure that you have a strong covering as well as people around you, because I had to do that when I started studying other religions.
Hey, 30K. Rose didn't like that statement. When you said that, she cringed.
I'm going to get to that, right? So when you start looking into certain things, like the Church of Satan that was headed or created by Anton LaVey. Y'all know about that, right? Or am I going too deep?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so when you look at their symbol, the Baphomet, what does it represent?
A goat.
So a goat with what?
But to represent a unisex god, right? Like two sexes or something like that, right?
Well, the goat of a head, but it has the chest of a what?
Woman.
A man, right?
A woman.
A woman has
Oh,
breasts.
it is a woman. You sure right. It is a woman.
So that is there to show the perversion of how they worship their god, which is Satan. You start looking at a lot of these things that stem off from that, and a lot of this stuff came from what's that guy's name that he said he wanted to be the beast?
Aleister Crowley.
Yep, Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley got his teachings from Madam, I can't even remember her name, but she's the one that taught him everything to become who he was.
A woman taught him. I didn't know that part.
Yes.
So y'all basically saying women are the devil?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that in the dark arts, the woman is typically the dark arts is typically a matriarch.
The devil. Say it.
It's typically a matriarch in order to pervert the natural order of God.
Mm-hmm. So what does that goat actually
I'm trying to figure out why the women so quiet. They got the women shut down.
Wait, hold on. Someone was just saying something.
Go ahead, Darryl.
What did the goat mean before it was perverted? If it was perverted, what was it before? Like, was it just supposed to be a goat? Was it like something pure, like spiritually before that?
The goat was supposed to represent the scapegoat that they used to use. They said, okay, we're going to put all the sins on this, and then we're going to just send it out, and that thing will basically be judged by God. But it was just they say all the sins of the nation will go on this goat, and then they will send it out. That's different from the sacrifice in order to cleanse the sins of the people of Israel. So the head of the goat was supposed to be that scapegoat because it was let go, and then the body of a woman, then all the other stuff.
I understand.
Yeah, it's very deep. I want to say this, like I said, it's very deep. When you start looking to that stuff, you have to make sure you be very careful because that stuff will corrupt you. You have to be extremely careful. But a lot of the, and I'm going to say it, but a lot of the fraternities and sororities, it stems from that.
Yeah.
When you start to look at what they worship, and then the actual, like if you go high enough and you reach the high, and they tell you exactly what the deity is, and I just said a deity, right? Then that's when you will realize real quick, like, whoa. Well, I'll stop there.
All right, real quick. Hey, so we're gonna change the conversation because Monk came up early and had a question we started talking about. But since we got Rose right here, I want Monk to ask Rose. We know Rose gonna lie.
You always bothering me.
But I want to see Rose respond.
I didn't do anything.
Samson, no, I got beef with you.
Ask Rose and Becca that question you proposed when you first came.
Brother. You ain't a real brother.
How am I not a real brother?
What's up, Mike? We gonna talk.
What's good, Mike? How you doing, bro?
She ain't got an AP. She is not mine. You cold? He cold. She belongs to the streets.
Right.
What's the next topic? And Blue Wing, I ain't got the 5 o'clock in the morning today because we've been doing.
Yeah, I got a couple more minutes. I got work.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. You sound good, bro.
As you were talking about the cleaning situation. Oh, was it a question? Was it a question, or was it more just me saying, like, you know?
Well, you made a statement, but since we got some ladies here, I think you can pose the question to the ladies.
Okay, so ladies, how do y'all feel about cleaning up after your man?
I don't have a problem with that. I've done it, and I'll do it again.
How about you, Becky?
It's a part of life.
Okay, so you clean up his drawers, all that shit. It don't matter.
I tend to date neat freaks, so I mean, you still have to clean up, but it's a different level because, you know, it's just what it is.
What about you, Rose?
I've done it in the past. My preference now I gotta be real, because he did have a problem with certain things that I feel like is just human. You should have some decency as a human being. Not leaving certain things on the floor or not leaving certain things open when you know it's supposed to be closed. Put it back in the refrigerator. It's just like when you're dating somebody, you don't use and abuse them. And I feel like it's kind of a fine line.
What is abuse in them? If you don't mind me asking.
Really just a figure of speech. What I mean is I heard what Lamont said about him leaving his boxers on the floor and expect his woman to pick them up and place them in the hamper, because he feels like that's his version of a princess treatment, but a king treatment, because that's what he likes for his woman to do. And I heard somebody say, why can't you just pick them up and put them in the hamper yourself? Why does she have to do that?
Well, why can't you do it though?
I'm not.
That's why.
He's taking care of you.
It's weaponized, right? It's because he's doing it with the intention of eliciting a certain response from her, right?
No, Becky, who told you that?
Wait, I'm saying if Rose said Rose said was true, right? It's something he's doing on purpose, right? That he knows is a negative behavior to elicit a certain response from someone. It's no different than you liking your man to be jealous and touching the arm of his best friend because you like when you get aroused out of him. It's negative behavior that you're doing because you want to be desired, right, from that person. So I would say that particular instance is a no. However, if there are other things that people do that are preferential, like leaving the cap off of the, toothpaste or something like that, and it's no big deal and it's not done on purpose, I'll just screw it back on.
So my question is
this. Picking up his underwear.
Hold on. Hey, Rick, hold on. Let me ask Mont this question real quick. Hey, Mont, was you intentionally gaslighting your significant other with the draws just to piss her off?
Hell no.
Okay, so I just wanted to ask that question because it sounded like, based off of the response, that's what you were doing, but you were not doing that. Okay,
they made all of that up. I've never said nothing like that. They conjured that in their heads.
That's crazy.
Wait, Mark, I got a question. So wait, so the first time that ever occurred, was it just because she woke up before you and like saw your drawers on the ground, was like, oh, whatever, the first time she said something? But obviously you're not doing it purposefully. It's just like a habit that you have lived with however so long. So is it like something like that? Like I'm asking you.
No, it's how I operate. So when I go to sleep, I take my clothes off. I put them I drop them right next to the bed, and I get in the bed, right?
Thanks.
And
right.
Shorty, my woman cleans up the house, so clean up that too. Clean.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's that simple.
The issue is you don't want to do it. That's the issue, right?
That's Becky's issue.
Because I leave my clothes also. So
right.
I'm not gonna fault you for something I also do.
Why the mind roller coaster to get to that? Then that's what I'm saying. Why the mind roller coaster?
No, it's not a mind roller coaster. I said if
Becca, hold on, Becca, you leave your panties around?
Yes.
What if your man told you pick up your panties?
But
what if you didn't pick up your panties? What happened? She laughing.
No, I'm laughing because pick up your panties, not because.
No, but what you to pick it up though?
No, I don't. I pick them up when I pick them up. I don't expect someone else to do it because
So he just walks over them there. They're just laying around. He just walks over them like about 10 times. You don't think he should pick them up?
It would be 10 times.
Becca, I ain't never known no lady just throw her panties around and walk past them. If you walk past your panties, that's for me. I'm dealing with a woman, she take her panties out, put them on for she walk past them. That's a problem for me. I don't know about the other thing.
What do you mean walk past them?
Trey is appalled.
You not going to be walking. A woman should not be walking over her panties at all.
Really? But a man,
let me guess. With guys, it's different.
But what I'm saying is this.
Yeah, it's different with men, 100%.
So the leader should be walking over his boxers.
Lord,
I should be walking over my boxers.
I'm just going to follow what my leader does, and if he leaves his boxers,
right. Good job. Right. So what I'm saying is this, right? The only reason you wouldn't pick up my underwear is that you feel you doing more than I'm doing in a relationship. Is that the case?
Or some women feel that's nasty.
Yup.
So you will suck my dick, but you won't pick up my underwear?
Here you go.
That's crazy.
Uncle Rick always taking stuff out of context.
Wait, but y'all
What are you
eat
talking
coochie,
about?
won't
You
pick
said
up
it's
draw
nasty.
pants?
I didn't say nasty. You said it was nasty. What's nasty than me putting my dick in your mouth?
Some women could perceive it as being nasty, as if I'm not saying nasty from a physical standpoint, but just you're not clean, you're not taking care of yourself.
But you fucking me though.
Huh?
You fucking me though.
I get that. But
okay, so again, let's come back. Let's come back. Let's come back. Let's come back.
Your mama just didn't teach you when you get undressed. Just put
that's
it in
not what I'm saying. That's not. It ain't about what my mama told me. My wife called me daddy. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't had to ask my mama for something in decades. What I'm saying is this. I'm asking you the question, as women, the only reason me as a man would believe a woman will have a problem with picking up my underwear is that you feel you're doing more in a relationship than me. Is that the case?
Nah, I don't think it's that.
So why then?
Like I said in the beginning, I don't have a problem with it. I've done it. I will do it. I don't mind keeping a clean house because I've always kept a clean house. I think some women get upset about it because they don't feel like that's something that they should be doing. And then to have to do it repetitively, it's just like if the hamper is 2 steps away, why don't you just put it in there?
If you driving your car, why I gotta put gas in it?
I get it, because honestly, a guy just always done it for me that I was dating. He'll just make sure, because that's what he wants to do.
So what are you talking about?
Hey,
y'all be easy, man. Hey, I gotta work in the morning. I'm broke, baby. I gotta work. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Y'all be easy, bro.
Rose,
hey, ladies, no disrespect, ladies. No disrespect. I love y'all. Y'all be smooth out here. You know
all right, good night.
Rose, how many pairs of drawers you think he wearing a day?
Talk to you later, brother.
For you to repetitively, what you mean?
Well, it sounds like from what you said that it's a habit, right? Every night that you come home, you do that. So every morning she probably has to pick them up.
Yeah.
So she's doing it on a daily basis. So
yeah,
at least 360 65 pair of drawers a year she's picking up.
Yeah, one a day, like a vitamin. What's the issue? You can't. You know how many things I do daily? You brush your teeth every day, don't you?
It's funny. Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
You brush your teeth, you wash it. You do that 365 times a day. 365. You might do it twice a day. You might brush your teeth twice a day.
3 times a day.
Picking up my clothes and putting them in a hamper. You making this once a day sound like, oh, it's 365 times. Like you do a lot more things than that.
Hey, man.
You probably right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna slide myself. I can get up.
I don't. What were you trying to gain
that's
from
a bit, bro.
saying that? I'm confused.
I'll come back in the next live.
For sure. Appreciate it.
All right, yeah, peace.
I was gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
So you about to? I mean, I know you didn't. You take your fiance to Maldives, Bali, wherever she want to go. I'm guessing you pay all the bills. You a provider and all that stuff. You do everything around the household. You fix everything. You do everything. What does your wife do around the house? Like, what is her duties and or responsibilities? What are some things that she has to take care of in the house?
She the house manager, so she cook, she clean. I got kids. She don't have no kids, so she wake my kids up for school. I be asleep. Last year I did it myself, but she started helping me out doing it this year for me, so I appreciate that. So yeah, wake the kids up for school, get them on a bus, make the kids food, like when they, she prepared what's going to be for dinner and all that type of stuff. So she just played the role of a mom, played the role of a wife.
So it's safe to say because of all the responsibilities that you take care of in the household, she's free to have the bandwidth to do all the stuff that she does to manage the household, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
So that the things of managing the household, like waking your kids up, cooking, cleaning, wouldn't pick up drawers fall under that whole category of managing the house?
Yeah, clean.
So if you're not doing anything else, that's kind of part of her job as house manager. Wouldn't it be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So then, what's the problem?
I think it's like a thing. Like, so for example, like my kids, right? So she makes sure that they clean up after themselves. Because you just teach them to clean up after themselves, but also it's like that's less for her to have to do. See people clean up after themselves. She tried to do that with me early on. I said, no, I'm not cleaning up after myself. You're not training me to clean up after myself.
Why you make that? All right, bro.
That's what I like. That's what I like. Why you make
I'm
that
sorry. My face, I got it honestly.
Bro, when she do the face, bro, I can't, bro.
I be trying, but my facial expressions get the best of me sometimes. But I just feel like, okay, as a house manager, a woman that cooks and cleans, it's your job to do certain things. Yes, but I feel like some men make a woman's job harder on purpose. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, don't get me wrong, I said I've done it and I'll do it again. But to me, that's petty. That's like intentionally like doing something to, I guess, put a more heavier load on there. Like,
But 30K asked him if he was doing it to be petty. He said no. He wasn't
hell
guessing.
yeah, am I doing it to be
So-
petty? Look at him.
Rose.
Yeah.
You like
This
that?
is crazy.
Yes.
Because this is what women do, right? A lot of times y'all step over $100 bills for pennies, right? Y'all do this all the time. You block your own blessings. You would rather help me. You would rather split the bills than pick up my drawers.
I'm not saying that. I just think you doing it to be petty. Like, some men just do things just because they can, just to have a poke your chest out moment.
So you
Blue
see,
one of those.
are you envisioning like a toddler and he just got his drawers and he like la da 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 boom?
Yeah.
Pick him up. So that's what you think Mott doing?
Yes.
That is what he's doing in some regard, because you got to look at it, right? This is the thing, right? There are the men who pay the bills, who have a level of cleanliness, all the things, right? There are situations where men, and Rose, this is the thing, right? There are men who are taking care of their women without anything in exchange other than them to look pretty and go and do the fun stuff they want to do.
That's
right?
not real.
It's for real. Like, I know people who literally that's what they're there for. They're there to look beautiful for their very rich man, and they're there to do the things that he likes to do. They want to golf, they want to boot, they want to do all the things. I literally know people, that's what they're there for. He has the money to afford a maid. He has the money to afford a cook. He has a driver. He has cars, properties, vacation houses, all the things, right? Then there's another tier of people who are basically paying their woman to be of service to them, right? And so Mott would probably fall in that category. Why?
No.
Because his woman is paid to upkeep the house and to do the things, house management, right? And that includes some of the things, like he said, she tried to tell him to be cleaner, which I'm sure his mama probably been telling him. He doesn't want to do that. That's why he's paying her to do that.
Okay.
And that's okay.
Put on payroll.
Hold on. Let's go down this road. Right?
Okay.
So what is she? So I'm guessing she cleans up to have a bill payer.
Yeah, some women do, literally.
Women clean up to have bill payers and to have bodyguards and to get dick and to what else do men do? Like for
mow the grass, take the trash out, make sure the car is good to go so it's not a thought, so on and so on.
A certain income. That's why I said there are different tiers of men and different tiers of people.
Hold on. No, what you just did was you took a very, very, very small, almost not even existent tier, and you tried to make it into a thing, right? Men who just have play girlfriends where, I'm so rich that I don't even care if you love me. Look cute, be pretty, and be on my arm, right?
These are wives, not girlfriends.
Play wives, play girlfriends. You know, the ones that like fuck you till you drop dead and they get your inheritance. I get it, right? Like, that's such a minuscule part that we shouldn't even be talking about that, right? I'm way above average, right? I'm way above. I make probably double what the average doctor makes, right? More than that, right? Like, I would never pay my woman. I would never pay my woman to, like, for example, I have cleaners, right? My cleaners come bi-weekly though, right? I would prefer that my woman clean, right? I would prefer that my woman cook. Even though I can pay for chefs and stuff like that, right? Because I don't know, it's gratifying to me. And instead of you thinking that,
did you grow up at the income that you're at right now?
Hell no.
You grew up with your mother doing those things for you, or for your family?
Until we was old enough to do it ourselves. You know, we did our own stuff. But my thing is, instead of thinking that it's gratifying to your man, right? You think that he's trying to give you a hard time.
Facts.
Whereas, like, I do things for my woman because I know it's probably gratifying for her for me to do it instead of me having me pay somebody to do it. So when I hold her door because I know, like, yo, she probably want me to hold her door. I put gas in her car. She got a fucking hand. She can put gas in her car. She's not a baby, right? Like, these are the things that I do because I know that it's gratifying. I don't be like, you drove past a fucking gas station and you was on E for me to put the gas in your car. Do you fucking hate me? I don't do that because I'm a good person and you're bad people. You think that your partner is trying to sabotage you.
And
Why would you think that your partner's trying to
their response to you is going to be, Monk, you didn't see your underwear. Why you laying your underwear down on the ground?
It's ridiculous to like step over $100 bills for pennies. Like, these are, and this was early on in my relationship where she had the same problem y'all had, right? And so we talked about it. She ended up getting a perspective, and it was a non-issue, right? But she was trying to step over $100 bills for pennies. Like, my girl, we go on a birthday trip every year. We about to go to Bali. Like, we trying to debate on where we about to go. These are bucket list places, and we just be going to these places. And like, not even beyond that, like, I'm such an understanding man, right? I always try to get her perspective on everything. Like, I'm always concerned about.
What's her perspective on picking up the dirty drawers?
Her perspective used to be the same as yours. Of, you're trying to sabotage me. You're weaponizing incompetence.
What's her perspective now?
They negotiate this.
What's her perspective now is that she understands what I want out of life.
And so, what did you tell her that prompted that understanding?
She just started to pretty much what I want out of the same thing I told you of how it's just gratifying for me. You know, like when she does these things for me, and it makes me feel like a king. And I love it. I love it when she cooks for me. Like, I can buy whatever I want. I can buy a steak. I can do this. But when I come home and she just make me my little tilapia, salmon, and my chicken and broccoli, I'm like, nice. I like it when you just did it for me.
Y'all about to try to take Mont down this dark road like he's got ego, like it's egotistical, and it's not.
It is.
I know this. What I know. I know.
Hold on real quick.
I know you. Hold up. Hold up, Mike. Let me talk to my sister.
To me,
real.
It's being
hold on.
It's being careless on purpose.
Hold on real quick.
My question to you is, you seeing her when she pick up the drawers, do you watch her pick it up, or you just come back home and they gone? What I'm trying to see,
they gone.
So when you come back home and you see those drawers picked up while you were gone, that spot that they were there, they're no longer there. You just see the carpet or hardwood floor. What makes you feel like a king from that? I'm trying to.
I have a clean house.
Hey, hold on. Let me.
What if everything else was clean, but the drawers was still there?
Yeah, but it would be like if somebody was trying to like if somebody was trying to harass you, Rose, and your man came by and punched him in the face. Why would you not pick up his drawers because your man defended you? You feel gratified that your big strong man fought the dude that was harassing you, right?
Wait, hold on real quick. Let me say something real quick. So this is just from my perspective. I mean, y'all can judge me if y'all want to. I really don't care. All right. For me, and this is not a shot at you, Rose. This is just for women that I dealt with in my life. All right. If a woman expects me to spoil her, and I'm going to look at you like, why should I be spoiling you? You're a human being. And it's like, well, it just makes me feel special. I said, okay, cool. I'll do that. And if I was the same type of guy to be like, all right, I just dropped my drawers on the side of the bed, because I normally get up around 4 o'clock to get to work by 5, and then I come home around 6 p.m. Like stuff like that. That's just my normal work schedule. And then the drawers is gone. And then when I get home and she says, "Oh, so you can't pick up your drawers?" I said, "Okay, cool. I mean, if we're gonna make this a roommate with benefit situation, then so be it. We'll make it a roommates with benefit situation." And then at that point now, the women are gonna, or the woman's gonna feel kind of slighted. Like, why would you talk to me like that? It's like, are you only looking at it from your perspective? You want me to spoil you, whatever that definition may be. but you can't spoil me. Does that make sense?
I mean, I can understand that. I think because when I look at Mont, like
she think Mont is a scumbag, and I'm trying to help.
I have my perception of the type of guy that he is, right? And so with the draws, right?
We did one live, bro. You messed up.
It's egotistical. He power tripping and he do it on purpose. It's not because you come home and you just so tired that you just leave your stuff there because you want to hurry up and get in bed. So
that's not why he does it, Rose. He does it for the regardless of what you say.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Real quick, Samson. So when I was single, I did the same thing. When I didn't have a girl, I got in the shower, I dropped my clothes on, and I cleaned it up when I cleaned it up. Right?
Exactly, but you cleaned it up.
I cleaned it up whenever I felt like it, right? It could have been tomorrow, it could have been the day after that. I cleaned it up when I cleaned it up, right? But now I have a woman. So why would I even be in a relationship if I had to clean up by myself? You know how many women I could have right now?
Cleaning up by yourself or just picking up your drawers?
Pick whatever, all of it. You know how many
so dramatic, man.
Have right now in
we did. I
want to make sure about picking up draws.
I want to make sure everybody hears this clearly. Okay, we did one live, and it was established that Mont's not better than me, and from that point on, it's been downhill.
I don't know because B had a lot to say about Mont.
It's been downhill. So, but I've been riding for Mont, so I'm gonna clear this up right now because sometimes you gotta talk to my sister. You got to talk to my sister in her listening language, and you got to use her own quotables.
And hold on, and Rose, after Samson land his plane, clear that statement up you just made.
What's that? Okay.
Yeah, I heard that. We just not finna skim over that.
That was wild.
Yeah, we not finna skim over that statement. Go ahead, Samson.
All right.
What, the egotistical statement?
No. She said that her best friend B had a lot to say about Mont. Well, I want to know what she said about Mont.
I know what she said, but y'all not gonna do a guy like
hey, real quick. Tell her to pull up on the stream. Yeah, tell her.
I will see if she up. She a teacher. She be having to get up at 6 in the morning.
Hold on. She had that nigga calling her 3, 4 in the morning the other day.
All right.
She was on break. They was on break.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. So this
nigga,
is what I
hold on. My bad, Samson. The nigga with no job.
No job.
You pick up his drawers though, or she'll pick up his drawers.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying. I knew you was gonna go down this route. Like he's just doing this like the little petty, like childish, like egotistical, like it's an ego stroke thing. I knew you was gonna go down that road. It's not that. This is going back to the conversation that me and you had last time about reciprocation. You said, not me. You told me this. You said the energy that you put out, the energy that you put into the guy that you're interested in, it pisses you off when that nigga does not reciprocate that shit. Whether it's not texting you back when he's supposed to text you back promptly, because if you don't get that text
obligated.
back, if you don't get that text back,
obligated to text her back, even though he not getting no cuckoo.
He not getting no coochie. Fuck all that. But even though he not getting no coochie, he better text her back. And it can't. If it's past 15 minutes, Rose is upset. Is what was said. So you said because you set the standard of reciprocation, and because but you said you was on board with that. So
no,
you are,
hold on, because y'all doing that Ali shit and y'all taking it and y'all turning it.
What? My turn, man. Yes. I waited my turn, bro. I ain't said nothing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like I said, you told us this ain't even no Ali thing. I'm talking about me and you. You told us that the energy that you put out, you expect it to be reciprocated. And when it's not, especially when that nigga agreed to set expectations, you have a problem with that. That is literally a parallel to what Mont is saying. It's really simple. He's doing I asked those questions to Mont for a reason. He's doing all those things for his woman. He named them. He listed them. I asked him specifically. He told me specifically what he be doing. And then I asked him, what did she do? So for him, how he feels appreciated, how he feels loved, which is going to look different for everybody and their woman.
That's true.
what she's doing, whether it's picking up draws or washing that nigga back and giving him a sponge bath, it don't really fucking matter. This is how he feels appreciated. And she's doing that so that he feels appreciated. And then all the other shit that he just listed, which is a lot more than that. There's a lot more than picking up draws. That's how she feels appreciated. So it's reciprocation. It's not ego. It's not pride. It's both people having an agreement and doing both of the things that they agreed upon, which is something you said. Fuck everybody else. Something you said is important to you. That's what he's doing.
They the ones with the ego.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Because guess what? Her ego is not going to let her pick your underwear up.
First of all, Blu-ray Fitness. What I said was, I've done it in the past, and I would do it again. I just imagine that and I can't get this out of my head.
Oh, you got imagination, huh?
Bro, she think you a twerk or something. She think you like a twerk. Like
I just come in the house and just rip my drawers off somehow and throw them.
Yes, that's how I imagine it, because I'm like,
Hey, bro, by the bed, not at the door, not in the living room.
Right or wrong. Most men, I'm gonna say this statement. Most men, we don't. If we take our underwear off, we already in the bed when we take them off.
In the bed.
Am I right, fellas? Am I right?
Yeah, I explicitly said that also next to the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the car, not in the garage.
Not
I don't think you would be acting like this if you didn't think that he was just like this bad guy. He's not a bad guy.
Like he out here slaying.
No. I am a bad guy. I think I'm a bad guy. Keep that. Yeah.
Mine just got this demeanor about him.
That's crazy.
I would just stay away from.
He a twerk, bro. She think he like a demon or something.
I know what
Mom,
it is.
where you from?
I'm from Philly. I know what it is. I know
That's
what it is.
why.
Rose. I look dangerous to you. That's what it is. That's why you would stay away from me.
It's just the demeanor. Like, I think you're very smart, very intelligent, but certain questions that you ask, because just like you be scheming and plotting when you was asking questions on the line the other day and certain things that you say, I'm like, nah, he the type I stay away from. But let me ask you a question. So with your woman, do you feel like she, outside of the things that you feel you're supposed to do as a man, do you feel like she have you to do things?
Hold on, stay right there. No. Stop. What is he supposed to do as a man? Answer that. I want to hear that.
Well, I said out of the things he feels
like he's supposed
to.
Okay.
So do you think your woman intentionally adds things to your description as a man, like what you're supposed to do around the house? Do she like just add things that you feel like that shouldn't be added?
Like around the house?
Just in your relationship, period.
Do I feel like she add things? I mean, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. To the average guy, absolutely.
And you don't mind doing it. You're just like, okay, that's cool.
Hell no. You know I don't mind.
You don't give her no backlash about it.
No.
Okay.
You don't believe him?
Hell no, I don't believe mine.
You don't think
Rose ain't never had Rose. Has someone paid all your bills and you not worked?
No. Never.
So then we can't have this conversation.
My girl worked for me. My girl's on payroll. She waited on she went to.
Correct.
But she still works. You're saying she works for your company, like she physically works?
Yeah, she she pack and ship stuff. It's like in a house. It's
basically, she should have no problem picking up his drawers.
What did I say?
So you're saying she still works 40 hours a week, like doing
no,
whatever she does?
No.
Doesn't? Okay.
And she get paid, and she get paid more than the people that work more than her.
Rose,
you didn't hear me say that.
She should have no problem picking up drawers. That's what I'm saying.
What's that state coach from Michigan? Got that little girl on his side chick on that.
You need to stop.
What? Are you comparing him to that? Wow.
No.
To the damn coach.
No. It was a joke because he said his girl get paid more than other people. It was a joke.
Yeah. Look,
this dude, Ime Udoka, some bullshit.
Rose, can you read that? Let me know if you can read this.
We can't.
Nah, it's hard. It's hard to see, Mark.
It says, "I think I found my wife. I'll be needed advice from you so I don't
mess this up."
Who said that?
That's who I am in my friend group, right? That's the type of stuff, like they be coming to me like, yo, bro, like I think I found a good one. Like I got to call you, like, because that's who I am. Like I'm that person in my friend group. Just to let you know, like, you know.
Wait, hold on real quick. Hold on. This is funny that in real time we're witnessing something. Why does a man have to overprove himself to say this is what I'm doing? Like, for the simple fact that Mont had to show the phone, and there's still a slight sense of doubt on who he is or his character. Why?
Well,
That's
you
'cause
gotta
that
understand.
that last live we did, it rubbed them the wrong way. They think he a dweeb. They think he a twerp.
You gotta understand, 30K. I only know things about him based on the way that he talks or answers and the questions that he asks us. I don't know him personally, so one thing I know of him, I'm gonna talk shit regardless. But I'm gonna go based off what you say and how you present yourself. So
I believe how do he present himself? Because I don't even know Mark, but he presents himself as a laid back, chill dude from what I see.
Trey, you was on the same live. We all heard.
I was there.
I've never seen in all the different lives that I typically watch, or because he's not only just on Ali, he's on other lives and stuff like that. And the way that some of these men, like if it was in real life, like some of the stuff that they say to him, I mean, we're moving furniture. And the way that he's talking right now, all this stuff, I don't really know him, but just the simple stuff I've seen, the same way he's talking, he's still talking in a way. I was like, bro, you better than me. You got the patience of Job, because some of the stuff these men, not women, because I know he don't hit women, but some of these men, the stuff that they saying to him, and he's still, keeping himself, mild-tempered and stuff like that. That's what I see, just off of the little bit. And this is just, his face is on the internet for the world to see. So when you're saying certain things, I'm still trying to understand. I'm trying to see what you're substantiating. Seriously.
Now, listen, if you would have said me, I can understand you saying Trey. Yeah, yeah, I can see you saying that about me, but not mine. I'm sorry.
Not mine.
And I get what you're saying, 30K. I think those men, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's just a little feminine. I'm gonna say that those men do that, and I do think that's horrible. But I mean, it's all love, man. Like I said, I think he's very intelligent, very well spoken. It's just something about his demeanor that gives it off to me. But to me, that does not make him a bad person or a bad man at all.
Why you always catching strays?
Expound on that.
You my dog, but I'm better than you.
Wow.
It's crazy how this man, like 30K, says to his character. Like I say, I see him on repeat. See like dudes coming in here, cause like I say, me, I match energy. I'm retarded. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's just gonna be straight up. The way Big Rick came in month, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be sending the nigga the address, or I'm gonna be one.
I'm not.
You didn't see it,
Rose. You was on the live. Remember?
I saw that.
No.
You got a ponytail.
Hold on. You remember we was on that live with B and Mont, and I was like, I don't know how you did it, Mont, because that shit would piss me off. I was like, this nigga was like, I don't give a fuck about you and that motherfucking ponytail, motherfucker, goddamn nigga, I don't forget. And you was like, remember at the beginning, you was like, I don't know why you and Mont acting like that. I fuck with Big Rig. Big Rig cool. He cool. I don't know what y'all talk about. I was like, nah, fuck all that, Rose. That nigga was on some goofy shit. He just talking about my nigga hair. And he wouldn't even let that nigga talk. Like, Mont wasn't even saying nothing. He just kept going. He's like, you can't tell me nothing about my motherfucking family, my motherfucking kids, my motherfucking baby mama. Nigga.
And Mont was just
what shit do you every goddamn day, motherfucker?
Mont was just asking a question, and he blew up.
But I can expect that from Mont, because like I said, he does have a laid back demeanor. Not saying that I don't think you could take care of business if you had.
So you saying he's sneaky?
But like,
you think he's sneaky?
You seen that the way they was
going Rose, do you think he's sneaky? Because that's what I'm getting from you.
I said that. I think
B thought you was sneaky too, bro. I defended you though. B thought you was sneaky too, fam.
Yeah, I'm sneaky. What sneaky mean?
They think you up to no good. They think you back there just going crazy.
No, so
you sliding on people. That's what they say.
This was the thing with being Rose, right? When Samson tried to air me out, right? He said, "You like, oh, you got 3 big moms, right?"
How air you out? Everybody knew.
I saw their facial expression, so I'm like, okay, they've prejudged me, and since they've chosen to prejudge me, let's go down that road. Like, let's see who's better between me and your boyfriend and your baby dad. Let's go down that road. Let's explore, right? Let's have that conversation. So that's all I was doing. I was, teaching people a lesson about prejudging everybody
in a sneaky way.
We was gonna get there.
First of all, let's get this clear. The back and forth was between you and me. I did not expose nothing. I actually ended up.
I said you were trying to air me out.
There was no exposing nothing. All I did when we was having our back and forth, even after the conversation, I told you. I said, bro, I agree with most of the stuff you said, except for one little piece. I was done with it by then. I was done. And then I defeated you with this goofy nigga. So what is you talking about?
Just because you did 99 good things.
Oh, that's the game.
Oh, wow. Jay-Z.
Say less. Don't even worry about it.
That's why I was like, that's why I went back at you at the end. I'm like, he's a Christian, but he be fucking off.
Say less.
But we was even though.
Hey Trey, as well as Mont, this is something that if I was to ever really go live, and there's these feminine out there that that want to do the corny stuff that they're doing. This is just a suggestion to y'all. I was just eventually, when I get to the point where I can do it, I was going to go and talk to a lawyer and basically say, hey, I need you to draft up a contract where we can do like a charity fight, MMA style, just to make sure that there's no, because the thing is, like, some of these individuals, they do crazy things, but when they find out that you're, highly trained, like officially trained, not to put myself out there, and then they slide on you, and then they're in the hospital. Now they're going to sue you. There's been multiple accounts that has happened where they thought that a guy was soft, but the quiet ones is the ones you got to watch out for when it comes to sliding on them. And they slide on you, and then next thing you know, when they wake up in the hospital talking about, I'm going to sue him because he used lethal force and all this type of stuff like that. Like, if you're in a stream and they want to do some stuff like that, it's like, hey, just go ahead and simulcast. The contract has already been sent. Don't need to, put yourself in jail because of second degree or first degree or anything like that. Sign this contract. Proceeds of the winner will go to charity of choice. And then, hey, you basically go viral and call it a day. And it's funny that something similar, but I wouldn't say to the extent. That's what Super Hot Fire did to that rapper when they fought that boxing match. I mean, it's all for fun, but if some of the threats that, just like I'm gonna use Samson's were goofy, Samson, when you swinging that jawbone, hey man, you gotta make sure you hit those Philistines. But anyway, when a goofy comes out there and starts saying wild stuff like that and talking about if we was face to face, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and send this contract to you. Just go ahead and talk to your lawyer. I mean, if you want me to pay for the legal fees for you to sign it, then sign it. But if you don't sign it, then it shows who you are. But don't sit there and make a threat on the internet just because you're behind a camera or behind a phone. So that's just a thought, if that's something that y'all want to do, just to make sure if these individuals are really about that business or about that life.
I'll box. I ain't doing MMA, but I'll box. I'll do that. But yeah.
Sorry, it's just like I said, the patience you got, knowing me, that's my background, where I grew up and stuff like that, and stuff that I used to do. I will say, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm an angel, but I do have a limit, and when I reach that limit, there is no dimmer switch. So when people do stuff like that and it's in person, it becomes a problem. It's only by the grace of God, that He comes off His throne and says, "My son, not today," just to save those people. But I really do commend the fact that you do hold yourself to that level of patience. I don't know how you do it. Trey, I think I even see you sometimes where you just chill out, and you just.
Nah, ain't nobody came at me yet.
Well, part of it is I don't really.
I'm with all that. Listen, I'm with all that. Nigga, I own a boxing gym. I'm with all the smoke, so.
That's why they ain't gonna never come at you.
Any nigga want to pull up, I got the keys. We can go any time of the day.
Well, a part of it for me is that I can't really get upset at somebody unless I respect them, right? And most of the guys that say to me, I have no respect for, They get because most of them are like feminine, and they like you just blurting things out. Like you're not listening, you're just blurting out things because you can't control your mouth. It's different. Like if I had a respect for a guy, then that would probably make me upset. Like if I'm like, yo, I thought you was thorough, I thought you was real, that would probably get make me upset. But most of the guys in the comments, they dweebs. They don't get no money, they don't get no bitches, So.
But I think they were talking about more of Big Rick though, because Big Rick was.
Big Rick. Oh, he a dweeb. Like any man that's going like that can talk like that for 30 minutes straight and just blurt out.
Bro,
like,
it was crazy.
And he's scared to say that he cheated on his wife.
I gotta go back.
He wasn't married.
Like he was married.
He's scared to say that. He's scared to say that he cheated on his girl. Like nigga, you was a bitch. Like, why are you scared to say that you cheated? You was young. Like,
what he said, 25 years?
Yeah.
He said it was
like, Rose, think about this, Rose. Think about this. Think about all the times we had conversations. I'll be playing with you and I'll be like, Rose, don't lie to me. I can't say that to this nigga. You know why? Because he lied and then he did exactly what me and you be talking about. He told on himself because they kept asking him questions and he kept answering, and then they kept asking, and then they kept asking, and then he was like 3 baby mamas because Fatty started making jokes that he didn't like, and then Ali hit him with the rebuttal about him and his 3 baby moms, and then he was like, he been married this whole time for 20 odd years. But you got 2 baby moms, so then Patty was like, "Whoa, wait."
They've been together.
Listen, but Samson, it took them too long to realize that, because the first time I heard him say it, I said something ain't right. He had did 3-4 shows before they even caught on to it. The first time I heard him say, "You been with your wife since high school, but you got 3 baby mama, bro. That don't add up." Listen, bro, I got the text, man. I'll show it to you on my phone. I called Ali. I said, "Hey, ask that nigga this question, bro, because something ain't right. Ain't nowhere in the world you been with your wife since high school. You got 3 baby mama, nigga. That don't even make sense." I'm sorry.
He said, Rose, he got the first one at about 14, 15. About 14, 15.
Yeah,
that's what he said. That's what he said.
He told on himself.
I wouldn't even believe that, though. I think he was just probably trying to make it sound better.
Yeah, because they was asking him questions about that, and then he wouldn't talk about the second one, and he might want even in there yet. It might want even.
He said, "Why y'all worried about what I do?"
He's like, why the fuck y'all worried about what the fuck I got going on? Because and Patty was like, no, hey Reek. And he was like, hey Reek. And he was like, hey Reek, and he was like trying to get him just to answer because it didn't add up. He was like, you had to have cheated on her.
Hold on, real quick. Mont, is August coming at you in the comments?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I just saw a comment, and I think she's talking to somebody else, but.
Oh, okay. I thought August was talking to you, because I would say, Mont, just don't.
The last one to be talking.
I was about to say, Mont, don't. I'm not even gonna put up business out there. I was gonna say, Mont.
We can't even tell Mont that. We had to tell him later that shit crazy.
August tripping.
August in the chat. I'm going back
and forth. Ready for that conversation. I guarantee that he ain't ready for that conversation. But no,
cut the crust off the sandwich. My bad.
He fit it.
No, she is coming at Mike.
I didn't. I just read one comment where she said, y'all want like women to be your moms, and I'm like, yo, that's like elementary stuff to say. Like,
hey, I dropped the link so she can pull up.
I responded to her by saying, "Well, y'all are grown-ass women who are adults, and you need to get to be your daddy."
I dropped the link. If you want to address money, come up. Don't be in the chat. Don't be in the comments. Don't do that. No, pull up.
Nah, Blue.
What? Blue, you can't do that. Not this late.
Messy.
No, don't do it. It's fentanyl. Don't do it. It's fentanyl.
Listen. The only reason I would let Munt have a conversation because Munt is mild mannered. He gonna be chill. He ain't gonna get irate.
It's not about him. It's about fentanyl.
You said fentanyl?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, bro, oh wow, that almost got me.
Oh, my
shit.
Bad, bro. Is August the girl that talks slow?
You said what?
Is August the girl that talk like she high?
Yes.
That's why he said fentanyl.
Hey, Mark, she be high.
Oh shit! So she high. She a whole Hey, dope head. I didn't know.
Man,
Yeah, man, bro. You got me.
She smoked weed. Let's just go there.
Yeah, she smoked weed. She smoked weed. She cool.
That ain't nothing bad. So I ain't gonna put out there like that.
Rose, long story short, Fatty called him out.
Hey, but she is a freak.
That we know.
Stop.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it now. We're not ready to have that conversation with Mont yet. Stop.
Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat the stuff that he said.
August said, what does protect look like if I stay home all day? You ain't my telling me twins. If you at work and someone break in,
you stay home all day but can't pick up a man drawers. That's crazy.
All right. Let me say something to that.
Information that we know, she can't say that.
Let me say something to that.
Chill, Rose. Tell her cut it out.
I definitely want to answer that. I don't want to put my business out there, but y'all can probably kind of pick up on certain things. So the lady that I'll meet, and I mean a lot of the girls that I've met, I kind of trained them how to like defend themselves in like close situations. Because what's the distance? I think if an attacker wants to come at you, it only takes them 7 seconds to cover like 10 meters. 7 seconds. So if you got those big old burkas that look like gym bags, and you got your what's that 938, that's probably what I'll buy for her, 938 single stack. It's like how are you going to reach that, to go ahead and put that dude in the dirt? So there's certain things that you also the way that you got to put your weapon on your body in order to, if someone was to attack you, just bring it out. Because I look at it as, if my woman is being attacked and I'm not there, and he's not in the hospital with tubes in his nose, I'm going to have a problem. I'm going to have a conversation, because I'm going to train you to defend yourself, right? The other thing too is like making sure that things in the house is in an orderly way, in order for her to either get to something or call somebody, or if I'm close by, then I'll put the dude in the dirt. So this is levels of protection. It's like, hey, if I'm not there, I'm gonna train you how to defend yourself until I can get there. But if I am there, yeah, I have no problem going on the movement of contact and putting someone in the dirt. So hopefully that answers the question.
And I can respect that. 30K.
Most of these men can't take a shot. So, I mean, and a lot of them can't fight either.
Now that's true. Like, I was still scarred from shit that happened years ago. I was dating this guy, and I was watching him play basketball. He said, "Babe, watch this from the 3-pointer line," and he missed. He said that one was for me, and he missed.
That scarred you?
We're talking about real defense rules, life and death, and you would have talked about a 3-pointer.
How many shots did OG shoot? Did he miss?
You stupid.
What you say, Sam?
You stupid.
Wow, bro. He's saying that with a smile too.
What he saying?
That was funny. I ain't gonna lie. That was funny.
Wow, bro.
No, but 30K, I like that though. I like when men teach their woman how to defend themselves, because it's not realistic that you'll be around 24/7, especially if y'all live together. I think that's very important, but I think women need to take pride in teaching themselves how to defend too, because I teach my daughter certain things at the age of 13. Hell, I see when I'm at the range, I see really only white families. They have their 13, 14, 15-year-old sons and daughters at the range, and I'm not talking about shooting little shit. They be having big stuff there.
Well, that 4 or 5? Them 4 or 5?
I can't even because I feel like I probably carry little stuff. I don't really know stuff for
Hey, Rose, I'm not even.
What's that?
That's you? Okay.
9-year-old?
No, that's my son.
First time shooting, running, and loading a gun at the same
time.
But he 9? That's
he
what's up.
11 now.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, it's rare that I see when I go to a gun
range. I do real life scenarios. I don't do that sitting in no gun range. We go outside and we get the heart rate running, because it's a different level when your heart racing. Like just sitting there, I try to teach women. You go to the gun range, you sit there, and then do 50 burpees, have your heart racing, then shoot. If you're gonna be inside of a gun range, exercise,
wait, bro.
Get the heart rate up, then shoot.
You said 50 burpees?
Yes. I like to go outside and get in real situations. I like to be moving. I like to do things like okay, if you're gonna mobilize, let me run and load while I'm full stride, not waiting, sitting there. No, I want you in more realistic situations while you're under pressure, while you're shooting or loading the gun.
Yeah, I agree. I think that characteristic of a man is kind of undervalued too, because like when I first started dating a particular guy, when he came around, he's like, hey, you got mace in your purse. If your car go down, you got one of those portable jumper cable things in here. If your tire don't have no air in it, you got a portable air pump. He made sure I was straight. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you still didn't marry the nigga.
I feel like
Damn.
Over a tire pump, you want her to just sign her life?
You know what? Since we're there, we're gonna stay there. Why? What happened with you and him?
Nothing happened. Look, my relationship issues are not topic of discussion tonight, but I do have a question for the man, right?
That's funny.
Because I hear this a lot, right? Y'all say women want y'all to come around and provide. We mostly talking about, I guess, financially. But when you ask a man, what is their job to be a man?
Well, we know you're not having sex with nobody, so he can't give you no dick. But you know, we're gonna keep going. Go ahead.
I'm saying in a relationship, you're in a committed relationship or a marriage. I hear a lot of men say, when we ask them, well, what does a provider look like to you? The first thing they say, and Poppy did it the other night, well, when you come over here, you're gonna be straight. You ain't gonna have to really pay no bills. I'm gonna make sure I put money in your pocket. All y'all bring up money. Why is that an issue? When women
What an issue? What's the issue?
Like I said, women say they want to be taken care of, especially from a financial standpoint. And men have an issue with that, with women saying that. But when you ask a man, what does a provider look like? What do they bring to the table? The first thing they say, you'll be all right up here. I'm going to make sure I pay all the bills. I'm going to take care of you financially. But y'all have a problem when women say that's what a provider looks like.
Who get tired? Who get upset at women for saying that they want a man to pay the bills?
Men.
Ali.
Men.
Ali.
Oh yeah, Ali. Yeah, probably Ali. I don't know.
But I think
Ali gonna disagree with everything you say.
Y'all get mad at the 50 if a woman want, some men just get mad at the 50-50 rule, period. I don't understand that. But some men get mad if there's women out here that say that they want y'all to assume 100% of the bills financially. Why?
I think the issue really comes down to when I asked. So I give you the example that we were just talking about. When I asked Mont what he does for his lady, and he gave a list of things, and then I asked him what she does for him, and he gave me the list of things. The issue when that stuff is presented is because most of the time with men, there's a baseline of expectations that comes with being in a relationship with you guys that we have to meet. Like we have to, or it's not even gonna go anywhere.
Is that the same for women though?
No, and that's the problem. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So with us, when you talk about the money thing, right? We're already expected, like you said about Blanco, right? Like, oh yeah, you're gonna be straight. We got y'all when it comes to providing money and all that stuff, because that's another part of the expectations that we fall under that umbrella, though. That's not the problem. The problem is when we turn to y'all, because you already know what we coming with. When we turn to y'all and ask y'all, what are you gonna do for me? Then we get these rose faces, like we speak in Spanish. Like, what you mean? What am I do for you? And when we giving you the list, we don't even have to come up with a list. You knowing the nigga that you with, you know all the stuff that he do for you. You could come up with his list on your own. But when we come to y'all and we say, but what can you do for me? Like you said, reciprocation. Most of the time, ain't no answer, bro. Like it's real small. Like,
wait, real quick to that point. I'm gonna try to pigeonhole it a little bit, and I'm just talking from past experience of people that I've met. Right. So depending on the class of person that you're attempting to court, date, or marry, or anything like that, the ladies that I met, they had a thought of a lifestyle, right? So they want to date a person that brings in a certain type of income, and they was like, well, this person needs to be able to maintain my lifestyle. But the thing is, they're not living that lifestyle. So if I have a house that's $600K, and then you come into that house and you're like, well, I want to be in a house that's 1.4 mil, and then talking about 50-50 to gaslight just to get to the point of trying to convince that man in order to bring in more resources to live a certain type of lifestyle. That's a very serious problem. And I think that's where a lot of men start to argue when it comes to, what do you mean provide? You mean providing according to what I'm presenting you, which is what attracted you in the first place, but also the possibility, leveling up to get to another type of lifestyle? That's insane. But the thing is, that's what a lot of these ladies online, I'm just pertaining to a lot of the ladies online, they're expecting the person to not stay where they're at, but to be able to grow from that point. How many times have we heard that? I mean, I don't want him to be stagnant. I mean, he should be able to, better himself, and I can help him along to better him. It's like, but you're not better than him, but you want him to better himself. So if he's making the average, what's the average in the United States? 48,000. And let's just say that person is making 60.
50 for men,
about
40
50,000.
for women.
About 50,000.
52,000 for men, 48,000 for women.
Okay, so 52 and 48, right? So 52 and 48, so that's about 90K, right? Total, right? But now you're saying, okay, when I come in, you're going to need to make up for the 48. Is that realistic? That's a general question. Is that realistic? That now that person as soon as that person comes into your life, they need to be able to make up the 48K?
Yeah, that's realistic.
How, man? Explain.
Well, for somebody to make 48K?
No, the man makes 52, and then the lady comes in because this is meant to demolish the 50-50, because a lot of families today are joint income. So if it's 52 and 48, and then that person that makes 48 comes in, now that person is expecting the man to make 90. Is that realistic?
You don't have to work.
So she doesn't have to work. Is that realistic?
Not in today's world, no. For the average, no.
Rose, women have always worked. I don't know where you get this feminist talking point from. Like, come on, man. Women have always worked. Women have always worked.
Wait, I maybe I misunderstood the question. I know that I agree with you. What are you
Oh,
saying?
okay. I'm about to say, because I know that a lot of y'all be thinking women have always worked.
A certain percentage of them, yes.
But if we're going back to the traditional women that y'all like and y'all want us to be, they did not work back then. Grandma and them didn't work.
But how often and I'm talking about realistic, I'm talking about realistic men, right? That make a certain type of income, because the jumping from one point to another point on a ruler is crazy, right? So if a person that actually makes $90,000 a year, that person's in, I think that's the top 10%, right?
Not yet, not anymore. That barely gets you in the 15, I think, nowadays.
Okay, so let's just say top 20%, right? That person's in the top 20%, 90, and apparently that's not enough, because it doesn't fund an illusion or let's say that person wants to be spoiled. So if that person is spoiled and they're being attracted to things that's on the internet, oh, it used to be a Louis Vuitton bag, now it's a Birkin. How much the Birkin bags cost now?
Crazy number.
Like 40.
So imagine how much if you was to, do it like the 1st and 15th, so you get paid twice a month, and then you total that up all the way to 90K. That's not even excluding the taxes you got to pay, depending on what state you live in. So realistically, take home pay from a person that's making 90K, let's just say roughly around 80K. How much is a Birkin bag? So when it comes to funding a person's dream or imagination on certain things, it does get to a point of being ridiculous, because this is why I asked the original question about what's the purpose of the sisterhood. If a person says, I got this from my man, and they're sitting there showing off to each other, and they're sitting there trying to compete to say, I'm better than you, and this and that and the third, and then you're putting the pressure on this person that you met that can potentially get you that Birkin bag, like, is that realistic?
No, then that's not the purpose of a real sisterhood, at least. That definitely ain't the purpose.
So imagine a man that bought a person that he potentially wants to marry, and I know this is kind of on the extreme side, but I knew some dudes that actually did this in the DC area, where they bought their their soon to be fiance girlfriend, long term girlfriend, but soon to be fiance, a baby Benz.
That's stupid. No offense, but
But they did that because they appreciated her. You see where I'm going with that?
I mean, that was a one-time thing, just an appreciation gift that they probably saved up for.
Okay, well, Rose, what do you do to show appreciation to a nigga?
No, I'm just asking. I'm trying to get a clear.
I'm asking a real question though, because we know Becca. We already got Becca. Becca said the most expensive thing she's ever done for a man
is USPA.
Is spend a couple $100. That's the most she's ever done. So you know what, Rose? What's the most you ever spent on a man?
The most expensive, it was for a holiday, and we went to a concert at the United Center. Tickets was about maybe $400 altogether. We were.
What was the concert about?
It was like an R&B concert.
Usher or Chris Brown?
It was neither. It was a woman.
Okay, what's the most ever thing you ever purchased for a man? Not ticket. I'm talking about him.
I would say it was probably something to wear, a jogging suit and like things they like.
Jogging suit.
Things they like to wear. It was
What brand?
What brand was it? Was it Champion?
Sean John.
Was it North Pole?
All right, hold on, y'all. Watch it. So is it safe to say? Hold on. Is it safe to say that the most you've ever spent on a man is a couple $100? Like Becca, right?
No. I would say it was probably about $500 at once.
And that's $500 worth of clothes?
No, it was just probably what that holiday that it was that particular weekend, like the concert, a gift. We went out. It was about $500.
So I want you to take away the concert, the money you spent on concert. How much money you spent on the stuff for him? How much you spent on that?
Insane.
Besides us going to brunch, I think the gift maybe was about $150.
About $150? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, Samson. So, and like I said, I'm not trying to beat you up. This is just more talking to what others actually do that we have seen. So when I made the statement of people that I knew that bought their soon-to-be fiance, say they were girlfriends. I'm not even talking about wives. A baby Benz, and you said so. Was that just a one-time thing? But we know how much a baby Benz costs compared to the stuff that you mentioned. So this is the disparity when it comes to comparing appreciations between men and women.
not really. Wait, what you really have to ask her is, what's the most expensive gift a man has ever bought you, to really get a comparison. So, Rose, what's the most expensive gift a man has ever bought you?
Damn.
I'm serious.
A red bottom bag with the red bottom heels.
How much that cost?
Reciprocity.
How much that cost?
I don't know.
2,000.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You want me to answer the question? $200.
And the most he's ever spent is on a man. That's ridiculous.
And y'all literally don't want to pick up a pair of drawers.
Thank you. I'm glad you brought it back there.
Ain't nobody say they didn't want to do it. I was trying to understand your thought process.
You're trying to
have it both ways, Rose.
So this man was a goon.
Here is it a I'm the king of the world, poke my chest out and I'm doing it because I can, or is this just
what if he did do that? What if he did feel that way? So what? The nigga taking this woman to Bali, nigga. What are you talking about?
Rose, is your man the king if you had a man, is he the king of the house?
Is
your
like
husband, is he the king of the house?
I haven't lived with someone
But if you had a husband, would he be the king of the house?
Absolutely.
So what's wrong with him thinking he's the king of the house and
I'm not
picking up drawers?
I'm not saying that that's the issue. A man, if he's a man in that house, he's the man of the house. He's the leader of the house. What I'm saying is, some men, I just don't like when men intentionally make a woman's workload harder. I'm not saying that's you, because I know some women do it as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, let that man do what he's supposed to do, and that's it. When you intentionally try to place a burden on someone, I just don't like that. I think that's
so if it makes you feel better, that's a part of her workload. It don't make her workload harder. That's an integral part of her workload.
Okay. I mean, I thought we was past it. Do I
You
still
on the
think that
payroll,
you're just
Rose.
carelessly making her workload like it's unnecessary? Yes, I do. But you said that's how you want to be loved. That's your king treatment. Hey, and by all means. And like I said, I've done it, and I'll do it again. So,
Bro, you like paying bills?
do I like paying bills?
Yeah. What's your favorite bill to pay?
That light bill.
All of them.
That light bill.
You got a car note?
I don't have a favorite, but I am blessed to have all my bills on auto pay and not have to
You-
worry about.
You got a car note?
I do have a car note. Yeah.
How you feel when you pay that? You like it?
I don't. Yes.
What kind of car you drive?
A Maxima, a Nissan Maxima SB.
Oh man.
She got an angry baby mama's car.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you had a car
Maxima,
that
Ultima.
if you had a car that cost 3 times as much, you think you would like paying that?
I'm sorry, what you say?
If you had a car that cost 3-4 times as much, would you like paying that?
Yes, I wouldn't mind at
Well, you
all.
probably. I'm okay. I have money, and I don't like paying bills. I don't like when I give people money. I don't like when money comes out of my account ever. I just don't. Right? It just is what it is. People don't like paying bills. So if somebody could relieve you, that's the biggest issue for most women out here is paying bills. You know that, like, most women in the daily hate paying their bills, and that's their biggest issue.
Oh.
If you could relieve the biggest problem of the vast majority of women, right, just paying bills, and the least you can do is pick up a nigga drawers.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So, if I could pick up drawers every day, pick up a pair of drawers every day, and I don't gotta pay all of the bills that I gotta pay, I would do it. I'd be like, all right, here goes some drawers, throw them in the hamper.
I mean, and I understand that. I still think that's just careless of you. That's all.
But Rose, I want you to hear this, because this is why the talking points that
she is so difficult
when we be on the panels and stuff like this, and y'all be feeling like Ali be dragging y'all. This is where those talking points come from. Y'all be giving him the information for him to drag females, because we comparing baby Benzes to USPA. We comparing $300,000 car to Birkin bags. We comparing that to like a couple clothes and brunch. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff we doing compared to y'all it's not like close. It's like vastly different, and that's fine. But that's why Mike can say, okay, I'm taking care of all of this, like all of this. And you tripping about draws is really that serious? You know what I'm saying?
It's petty to me. That's all. It's just petty to me. It's careless to me, and it's always gonna be that way. But like I told y'all, have I done it and not complained? I've done it for a guy. Will I probably do it again? Absolutely. Is it a thing that you can absolutely do yourself and it's not putting a damper in your day? You can do it yourself. You absolutely can.
Would you say that to him, like your husband?
To my man?
Yes. Would you say that?
No.
You sure?
The person that I did it for, no, I wouldn't talk like that. I'm a little scared. No, it's just the person that I was with when that was happening, we had an understanding. Like, I've never talked outside of, well, when I got mad, I probably said some things I shouldn't have said, but I was never hit below the belt and tear his whole character down, because I'm not that type of person with a person that I'm really in tune with, and they're able to tap into my emotional side with me. Never.
What if he tell you no?
I have been told no, and I
She don't like it.
You don't like
it,
and yeah, she don't like it.
But I accept it though.
So I want to bring it back to your original question that started all of this. Was you said you put the onus on us. You said, why is it such a problem when you guys are talking about money, as far as us doing for you guys with money? Why is that such a problem? And as you've seen in these examples, we're all like, there's not a lot of things that we like for our women that we wouldn't pay for and spend money on. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. Us spending money on y'all is not the problem. That is not the problem. If you hear a guy says that's a problem, he's lying or he's broke, which I doubt. But I'm saying the problem is it would be a very, very refreshing, instead of talking about what he can buy you and how much money he needs to spend for you, or whatever expectations you have for him and what he needs to do for you. It'll probably be very, very refreshing for you to be like what you could possibly do for him. That would be reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? So you can be on an even playing field. Like you said, with your expectations, outside of just to text me back, nigga, because I text you, outside of that, but like expectations that he has, that he knows if I'm with Rose, I don't have to worry about it. These things are always going to be taken care of, because that's my expectation that I have with Rose. And Rose knows if she's with me, that these expectations are always going to be taken care of. And then the only thing I have to worry about with these expectations not being taken care of is if I make Rose mad, because she's emotional and she'll flip on me.
No, that's not true.
Question: how pissed would y'all be if y'all men forget to pay the light bill?
If we what?
So how pissed would you be if your man forgot to pay the light bill?
I wouldn't be mad. I'll just remind him. That's all.
So why he can't just remind you to pick up the drawers?
Because Mont said himself on the other live, this is what got me. He said the hamper is 2 feet away. Why can't you just pick them up and put them in there? My question to him at that moment was, you're right. Why can't you just pick them up and put them there?
Yeah, but paying the bills is just one click away.
Talking back.
It ain't talking back. I said I wonder.
Rose, why do I have to think about that? Why do I have to think about putting it in the hamper? Don't women want to not think when they're around their man? Don't you want to turn your brain on?
You taking that totally out of context.
Oh, now he going somewhere with that. Now don't run from that. Ooh, answer that.
You don't want to turn your brain off when you're around your man?
I do. Absolutely.
So why do I have to think about oh man, the hamper's right there? Like, why do I gotta think about that?
Because it's not, you don't even have to think. You could just pick it up and put it there like you was doing before she came into your life.
Y'all know. I'm not saying y'all not good women, right? You know what we would think that a good woman would do if all these men are having a consensus about draws and stuff like that. I would think that a good woman would be taking notes. Like, I'm gonna pick up a nigga drawers. I'm pick up, and that's all I gotta do is pick up a nigga drawers.
Is she a bad woman if she decides not to?
You know what?
Almost.
You know what? Hold on.
But she decides she want to still wake up your kids, get them to school, get them together, keep the house clean, cook, clean. It's just that one thing that she don't want to do. And that's pick up your drawers. Does that make her a bad woman?
That wouldn't make you a bad woman, but most likely a good woman wouldn't leave that one thing out of there. Like, for what?
But that wasn't the question that I asked you, though. No, it doesn't make her a bad woman. So we can't do the good and the bad thing.
I didn't see it absolutely made you a bad woman for not doing it. But I'm just saying, like, if you know, like, yo, this is the nigga shit, and all I gotta do is pick up a nigga drawers. Oh yeah, like that's what men do when we learn things about women. We like, oh, that's all I gotta do. All right, let me hold this door open. Oh, she gonna love this shit. These niggas ain't holding doors no more. I'm gonna hold doors.
Okay, and she's picking up your drawers. She needs to meet you in the bathroom in the morning, put the toothpaste on your toothbrush and put it in your mouth and help you do all that. She needs to pour the mouthwash in
Come on, Rose. You know that's you taking it too far.
Trey. Hold on.
Get your drawers out the top drawer. Put one. You know how they do the babies. Put your right foot in.
Oh my goodness.
Right. And she needs to put your left, and she needs to pull them up. That's what she needs to do for you.
Now, Rose, hold up. Now, Rose, now what you just thought when you was just talking all this stuff about how you was accusing Mont of being petty and childish, and he just over here just terrorizing the women and just dropping his drawers and just terrorizing. All that shit you just said, it sounds like you're a terrorist.
Wait. So, hold on real quick.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Go ahead.
So, Trey, you said something that was very profound. I mean, it's been said on a bunch of other lives, but us men, we know this. Because I've been in situations where if a woman that really wanted to be with me, she's doing that stuff automatically without me even thinking about it. I'm like, oh, you picked that up? I was about to pick it. Oh, no, I got it for you. It's automatic. So if they like you, they will start trying to do things just to appease you in that way. Plain and simple. Like I clean dishes but like there'd be times where they would come in the house and then I was like, why are you doing that? We got the dishwasher right there. And then like some of them, you know, they'll probably get a little bit mad. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to do it so you don't have to waste water, to try to show some form of appreciation to the degree of understanding the work that I'm doing and stuff like that. I get it. You know, they want to move it to the courting phase, and then I have to call the pops up and say, hey, you know, I'm talking to your daughter. I just want to make sure it's good to go and all that, just to get to that point if they want, because they want to be married. So it would never be a discussion. I mean, Rose, I know you're joking. I mean, all jokes aside, I know you're joking. But to the ladies that are championing you right now, like, yeah, you know, man, F that dude, man, he just nothing but a D boy, man, he a F boy, this now, never pick up his drawers. It's like, yo, you better start writing down some notes, because if you're trying to be wifed up, you know, especially to a person like mine, you will go over there and pick up them freaking drawers and put it in the hamper. Like, seriously.
And I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand, like, y'all always say all men are the same, all men want the same thing. That's not true. I'll take notes from a man that's probably my type, because I'm trying to attract a certain type, right? Mine does not seem like my type. So in some things that he may say,
you don't know your type.
Oh shit, man.
You don't know your type.
What?
Shit.
No, Rose. Wait, Rose, hold on.
No, let him go. I want to hear this.
No, she said something very specific, and I have to correct that. I didn't say all men. I said the guy that you will like, you will do certain things for that person, like regardless of whatever it may be. I said dishes. Mont said said draws, and then Trey said instantly come into the house cleaning, like without questioning it. You will do certain things for that person because you really like that person. But a person that you're trying to have some form of a contract, which eventually will turn into roommates with benefits, that's a different story. You're going to constantly have discussions of what should be done or what irritates you with subliminal or whatever it may be. That I didn't say all men, because every man is different on certain things that will touch their heart.
And I absolutely agree. And that's why I said I have done it before, because now that I hear Mott say it, I'm like, damn, is this a worldwide thing? A lot of guys do this, because the guy that I lived with once upon a time, he did do that. Now, did it get on my nerves? It absolutely did. But I did it, and I didn't say too much about it.
That's crazy.
Must have been something special about him.
That's crazy that it got on your nerves, though. Like,
it did, and I think because it was a lot of things at once. Like in my house, I hate when you open a water bottle, take 2 sips, leave the top off, and leave it, and then go get another one an hour later. No. You better come finish that water bottle, and then you could go get another one, leaving the top off the toothpaste in the morning. It was like a lot of things at once. I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are you making my job harder? Yes, I'm supposed to cook and clean, but I'm cleaning up, just naturally. If the house get dirty naturally, it's going to get messy sometime. But
I'm sorry, did he pay all the bills, Rose?
Huh?
Did he pay all the bills, Rose?
No.
So then this is like I keep saying.
Right, I understand.
We really don't need to have this conversation.
We don't. We
can talk to Rose when she finds a man who will pay all the bills. Okay.
Hey, Rose, I just want you to know, when you do find that dude, because I believe that you will, I'm not gonna hold the code switch against you, because you're not gonna be talking like this.
And y'all could be right.
You're gonna be talking totally different.
I still got to keep the conversation a little spicy.
So Rose, would you buy a $2,000 gift for your man?
Absolutely, I would. If I had it, absolutely.
Oh, okay. You ain't got it.
I don't have a man.
Hey guys, what is the thing that irritates you the most, but you give women a pass on? I'll start off with like the ladies I've dealt with in the past. One of my number one pet peeves that ladies do is that they won't eat or drink everything. They'll expect me to finish it. That crap irritates me.
I ain't never had that.
Wait, what?
The hell?
So like open up a can of soda, drink it a little bit. Like, I can't finish this. Can you finish this for me, baby? I'm like, why did you open it up? And then giving me that look. I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? Like stuff like that.
I would say ordering a bunch of shit on a fucking menu and then you don't take it to go. I'm done with it. And you just leave it there. The fuck are you leaving it there for? I just gotta pay for all this fucking food, and you're not gonna eat it, and you're not gonna take it home.
Sam say he's speaking from experience.
He is. This is a mortal wound that he has deep down
Stupid
inside.
That's not stupid as fuck.
I'd be upset too.
I
What
told
about you, Yachty?
I told you next live we're gonna go through mine. I got you. Don't even
All
worry
right,
about it.
Trey, what's yours?
Women getting emotional.
Oh shit.
He is so shady.
Who don't get
What?
As hell.
That's not a valid answer. I'm curious.
No. And try again.
No, it's not.
Cause it ain't.
I asked the question again, 30K.
All right, I think I know what you're saying. You're talking about you don't like women that are impulsive. Is that what you mean by emotional? Like just randomly just going off the cuff?
Just getting their feelings, period. I don't like that.
Okay. All right. What about you, Yachty?
Yachty?
Okay, you know I got a better one. Okay, I got a better one. I apologize. Having an issue with something that you feel that it's wrong, but I know it's not wrong. But because you feel that it's wrong, we're basically getting emotional. So I'm just putting more context to it, basically. All right.
Invalid.
I say that's a valid one. Go ahead, Yardy. What you got?
Like when women are domineering or try to be domineering over me.
Basically trying to sun you.
Yeah. As a Caribbean, our women tend to do that a lot. So, like,
oh really?
It's a constant, huh?
I thought y'all women were easy going.
Nah. So, especially if they're Trini or Jamaican. So, it's a back and forth.
Damn.
Oh, it's like a back and forth. Like there's ones that are sweet and they're nice, and there's those that are really combative. So, when they do that, in general, you have to kind of loud up yourself and check them. If you don't do that, they're gonna run over you.
That's what you call you got to be able to handle them, right?
Oh yeah. They need a man that can handle them.
Yeah. So,
especially when they want to do that alpha check, right? And you got to handle them, right?
Yeah, the alpha check, yeah. So
What is
it's
an
always, we're not doing that. If you're doing that, I'm out here. A lot of times they correct themselves after that. So
Mine.
Wait, hold on. Mine ain't go. Mine, what's yours?
What I don't like about women?
No, like your biggest pet peeve that a woman to do.
That you'll give a pass on. That's the last part of it.
I'm really I'm real chill when it comes to my girl. Like, what's one thing that I don't like to do?
And she can't pick up no drawers. Damn, you real chilling all that.
I don't like when she comes up with solutions because I don't like her. I don't like her solution, her process of. I don't think a lot of women have a sophisticated process of problem solving. So I hate it when she comes up with a solution instead of telling me the variables and having me do it. Because they go like real cold turkey, like just kind of like, rip the Band-Aid off type and thing instead of like, all right, let's try this, let's try that, let's try this, and all right, this is the only option left. So I hate it. Like, for example, I'm driving the other day and she like, hey, I think you should probably pull around this car. And I'm like, I want to take her advice because I'm like, it's my lady. I want to take your advice. Like, I want to just pull around the car, but I'm like, well, why should I do that? And she like, well, you talking to me and you kind of like, you kind of swerving a little bit and you kind of on his ass. And I'm like, well, just tell me you think that I'm swerving a little bit while I'm talking to you and I'll stop swerving. Like, instead of like, I don't have to pull around his car. I don't have to do all of that. I can just stop swerving and I don't think that I'm close to him, but maybe you think you got your anxiety in your head. You think I'm close to him or whatever, but just tell me that and I'll figure out what's next, which is to stop swerving. So.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I can dig it.
I can't stand Rose, y'all. Like, I really can't stand her.
All right, Rose, what's your biggest pet peeve with a man?
I can't stand her, bro. Like,
so the reason why I asked that is because depending on what environment you're in, all you need to do is just look at the facial expressions because they'll be like, "That's kind of stupid." I was like, "Wow, really? That's my pet peeve, but you think that's stupid?" So, in terms of comparing like apples to apples, like typically, like just like we're seeing here in real time, is always trying to compare apples to oranges. So certain things we are expected, just like Samson said, you know, there's an expectation for us to do certain things, but then when it's on the other foot, we're expected to be black and white, but we have to go into the gray zone because it's situational. I don't think that's fair.
Like Rose, when you brought up opening your door for you, walking on the outside of the street for you, opening the car door for you, paying for the dinner. When you listen to all those things, those are things that you expect, and those are also things that you are observing and waiting on when you go on a date with a dude. You checking to see if he's going to do all those things because those are your expectations of him, right?
That should be, he should
That should just be default, right?
Out with me.
But those things are by default. The man, if he gonna take you on a date, those are things he should do, right?
Yes, I actually sat in the car one time because he called himself forgetting. Ain't nobody.
Okay, Pete. I do all those.
Why you making his job harder?
Okay, but wait,
damn doors right
hold
there.
On, I want to answer. I want to answer.
Why you gotta open two doors now?
So okay, I hear you on that. But
Rose, you need to start picking up draws.
I guess so.
Staying in the car.
You said you sat in the car, right? So you observing those things because those things that I just listed by default he should be doing to take you out on a date, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as you know, I'm outside. Help me out. You my sister. Help me out. What are some things that I should expect default? Not no questioning, not no why, not no attitude, not no nothing. What are some things I should expect? Because you know I got them in here. I get one set up. I get a coffee shit set up tomorrow. So what are some things I should expect the girl to do when I'm on a date with her? What are some things I should just expect? What I should be looking for? What?
If you feel like if your man got to open your car door, he might as well take you out your car seat too. All right, go ahead, Rose.
You so petty, Mike.
You was holding on to that one. You was holding on to that one. That's cool.
But and I'm gonna get back to what you said, Samson, because I got a comment for that. But if you're on a date with her, I would say expect her to be on time if you're not riding together or if you're coming to pick her up, because women, if she really likes you, she's gonna respect your time. Another thing, if you're on a date, see if she reaches for her purse to at least offer to tip. I do get mixed reviews about that from men. Some men don't like that, but some men do. At least see, because 9 times out of 10 on my first dates, we never had conversations about who's gonna pay. It's just always expected that the man pays.
Yeah, it's always expected that I pay. I ain't never seen a girl reach for shit. But you said just peep to see if she at least attempts to reach for her purse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rose, would you have an issue if a man asked you to pay for the first date?
They care about the law.
You know what? To me,
on her ass now. Okay, here we go.
To me, for the first date, it depends on who initiated that first date.
Hold on.
Now I won't have a problem with it because first dates I have tipped. Like I've bought cash for tip, whether he left a tip on a credit card or what. I have absolutely. So
Wait, Rose.
Wait, hold on. 30K. I just want to get the rest of the list of the things I need to look at. What's the rest? Give me the rest.
See how the conversation goes, because a lot of women on first dates, they're more so about them. You're asking questions about them. See if she's really interested in you by asking you, what are your goals? What do you like? What you don't like? You know what I'm saying? To see if she really has your best interest at heart. Conversation wise, I would also say, see how many times if y'all on a date, do she pick up her phone? Is she scrolling through a timeline that's gonna be there when she get home? Is she respecting your time? Because I put my phone away. The only reason I might have it out because I do have a daughter and emergencies might happen, but I always make sure she's with a secure babysitter. Even if something do happen there, they have it taken care of. So don't let women give you those excuses, because I've heard of women text another guy right when they
and they say it's their kid.
Yeah, and sometimes they're lying.
Okay.
I would say
a lot of times they be lying. Don't sugarcoat it. A lot of times they be lying. Don't sugarcoat it.
I don't know a lot because I've never done that. I feel like I'll stick to the list, Samson. I would say, yeah, see how she acts, how she responds to the server. If the server come back and they ask you, do you need anything else? I always make sure I ask him before I answer. She's talking to me, do you need anything else? Because to me, that's showing a sign of to me that she has your best interest at heart. She's saying, do you need anything? Not just being selfish. No, I don't need nothing. You could go. Is she asking you?
Dating etiquette, basically.
If she don't do any of those things, is it safe for me to assume she not the one I could take off the list off the first date? If she don't do any of those things,
yeah, I would have to say yeah, because to me she doesn't. It's hard to say if she respects your time, you and your time, and if she's really carrying herself as a woman. Like, and me, if he opened my car door, by the time he gets to the other side, his door is open from the inside. I open his door from the inside sometimes. Not saying that she has to do that, because many men don't expect that, and that's not a deal breaker for them. I just think it's a nice gesture.
but I can cross her off the list, and that'll be my last date with her if she don't do any of those things, though. I could do that, right?
I think so.
Samson, you can't take woman's advice.
I'm just asking questions, man. Just asking.
Because then, like, if y'all down the line on y'all 5th or 6th date, and y'all at the table
so far.
5th or 6th times by 200. How much money is that? 5 times 200. How much is that?
200.
1,000.
Like 1,000.
Okay, I'm just trying to calculate. My bad. Go ahead, Rose.
Yeah, and I would say at the end of the night, like, do she call you and make sure if you dropped her off, do she make sure you got home safely? Is she, asking you, are you?
That's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think those things are necessary.
So you telling me if you take a woman on a date and she's sitting there scrolling through her phone most of the time, not paying you no attention, but she's Snapchatting her food, posting pictures, laughing and talking at her phone, and not paying you no attention.
Well, hold on, Rose. Let me pose the same question to Mont, since he's about to be married. Mont, what are some things that I need to look at when I'm going on a date, like expectations wise? What do I need to expect? I don't need no back and forth, no why. Like, what are some things I should expect it to see or get when I'm on a date?
Well, yeah, the phone thing for sure. That thing, yeah. She should be interested in you. She should, y'all should be having good conversation. I mean, it's really all about the vibe. You'll know when if she seems like she's feeling you, the conversation is going. You don't got to keep forcing the conversation. Then it's fine. I think the second date and the third date is when they kind of get a little bit more real. Like, women typically on that second or third date, that's when they start to kind of offer. And at a certain point, if she likes you, she's going to want to spend a little bit of money just to show you that she likes you. So, like, when my girl, when she had went to Thailand to visit her brother, he in the military. She came back, she bought me a souvenir. I'm like, oh, she liked me. It's just that simple. She bought me a souvenir. She bought me a book because she thought I liked to read, and I don't like to read. Like, I don't. But she thought I liked to read because I talk a lot. And yeah, so it's just small things like a tiny gesture, like in a girl, like, oh, she like you. But as far as like,
go ahead, my bad.
I was say, as far as like the, I don't think a girl necessarily on the first date has to offer the tip. Some girls will, but it's not necessarily thing. And
you want to say that'll be a big deal breaker? You say?
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be a big deal breaker. If she does, then cool, whatever. If she does, but that'll let you know that she might. It's either a habit or she might like you. I'm not sure. As far as I know, when a waiter come around and he asks me if is everything good, I think we both just be like, no, we good. Like, you just one person be like, no, I'm good, and the other person be like, I'm good also. That's kind of how I do it normally. But yeah, you want a girl to you just want her to be attentive and just interested in you, and your conversation should flow. When you vibing with somebody, when you're on the phone for 2 hours, it felt like it was 10 minutes, type of stuff. So,
Samson, have you ever, like, even like in elementary school, high school, and then even till now, college, whatever, right? Have you ever met a girl that was like, I don't want to say obsession because that's a mental illness, but have you ever met a girl that is like just really, really likes you and always want to be around you?
Yes.
Regardless of how she looks. I'm not talking about like if she's looks like a number 2 pencil all the way around. I'm not like regardless of how she looks, but she's really interested in you, regardless of your preference.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is just coming from me. I've met people like that, and you don't have to work as hard. The reciprocation is very easy versus you trying to maintain the situation.
But you got to get to that point,
I agree with that.
Well, Rose, what I'm saying is there's a person that, it can start with a factuation, and then you want to confirm to make sure it's not a factuation. But if you really like that person, you're going to do more than what you typically do for a person that's pursuing you. It will turn into you pursuing each other.
I agree.
But if the guy, right, if you start putting the standards and stipulations on the guy, that means now you're becoming that guy's approval authority. So like the reason why I say, wait, hold up. So whoever initiates the date, right, to say, hey, take you out, this, that, and the third, are you telling me you have initiated that off rip? Say, hey, let's go here. And then once you get to the location, you offer to pay off rip off of the first date? You have done that?
Is that a question? I'm sorry.
That's a question. Have you ever initiated like a person that you started talking to? You say, hey, we should go out to this place. And then the person says, okay, first date. And then once you get to the place, you're like offering to pay off rip. Have you done that?
I've never initiated a first date.
So that means
asked. But when we got there, have I reached for my wallet when it's time to pay? Absolutely.
well, I'm going off of the premise of the expectation of the guy paying, because there's been statements made by ladies saying that, well, he offered first, so he's expected to pay. So I'm asking this question in the sense of the ladies have offered to say, hey, can we go to this place? It's a nice vibe. And as soon as you get there, you're offering to pay off rip. So it's not like there's no way to blame him to saying, well, he's the one that took me here. You know what I mean?
For a first date, no. For other dates, I think women do that. So if you want to go to a, whatever restaurant, oh, it's just open, I just want to see what it is, you just want company, some women will offer to pay because they're invited the man out to go somewhere that they want to go, and or something. Or it's like, oh, do you want to go here? Like, I want to go. And you would let someone know up front, like, don't worry, I'm paying for it. Like, and depending on the man, he'd be like, absolutely not. Or he'd be like, you sure? You're like, yeah.
I'll make him pay for it. Why not? Shit.
Some men will not let you pay for it.
I dated a guy, he would not.
I've let chicks pay for my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I typically don't allow her to pay because it's a part of the not to put myself out there, it's a part of the whole dowry process of me courting that person. Mm-hmm. So I will offer, say, hey, what places would you like to go? And then that person will say, okay, I like to go here. I said, all right, cool. And then we'll go there. The thing, one of the red flags for me is what that person is ordering, me knowing after doing a background check on that person, like, typically if you used to go here by yourself, or this is a place that you typically wouldn't go, you're just using me as an opportunity to come here and experience this for the first time. And now you want to buy everything on the left side of the menu. That's extremely disrespectful because that I'm most likely going to pay. So that's the reason why I ask some of the stuff, because
your eyes, but that like a majority of what I got for you is that's what I take them and they hit left side of they buy they want me to they pay they hit about 2-3 entrees and they want dessert and they done ordered about 2-3 lemon drops. Ooh, this look real nice. I think I might want to get this too. And throw that on there too. And I'm like, yo,
easy $200.
Like,
easy.
Where you located at?
Bro, I spent $200, bro. Shit is crazy. And then by then, Rose, you gotta think about this. I want you to think about this from my shoes, because I know you fuck with me. Think about this from my shoes. I done already look. I done did all the little shit on her little expectation list. I done did all that shit. I done got your door. I done got the car. I done did that. I done picked up. I done came on time. I done did all that shit. And then I come, we chilling, we cool, we talking. It's like a buzzkill. You just bought all this fucking shit. And you're not even gonna eat it all.
Yeah, she will.
And then the ones that do, ew.
You know what?
why?
That's trifling, yeah, to order that.
You
much.
know why? All because she wanted to be spoiled. She wanted the experience.
Yeah, because you do.
but-
I feel like
so-
okay, yeah, that is trifling. With me, when I go out to a certain place, I don't order more than what I can pay for. Honestly, now I
What's
might
that?
get
2
like
lobster
maybe
tails?
one extra drink or something like that. But me, I'm not high maintenance either. So I feel like that's a difference between me and most women. And these are the type of men I stay away from. The men that lead with money. I can't stand it. That is
Can't
a
stand
turn
women
off
that
to
need
me.
my money.
But huh?
I can't
Yachty,
stand
you
women
are
that need
funny,
my
brother.
money.
Yo, crazy. Also, y'all don't go out to eat with me because I'm an expensive date, and I treat myself often.
How you expensive dating? You getting niggas
So why you
USDA?
can't treat me as well?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, well, one, like I said,
Yeah, but what do you call expensive?
okay.
Because you barely
You
even buy
actually
niggas.
know-
You bought the most expensive thing you bought was a nigga jumpsuit. Now what you?
Bros, you got a nigga a polo and the
No, you
saddle,
said the
bro.
thing. You didn't say meals. You were like, nah, not no dinner, not no whatever, right? You said item. The most expensive item.
I'm tripping.
Right?
Becca,
Damn, you talking about
Rebecca,
meals?
Rebecca, you got a nigga with a polo and a saddle, bro.
But you gotta
You an
understand.
expensive date?
And a hat. Okay.
Oh,
But
and a
y'all
hat.
gotta understand
It's
the
what he
salary,
wanted.
right? Me and this guy made over 100. He made 100 figures plus, right? I was
His
not
money.
making 100K. So me spending that $500 is equivalent to him spending $1,500. We don't have to play tit for tat. Men that really like a woman ain't playing tit for tat.
Yeah,
That's
you do. It's
equivalent.
called.
Yeah,
It's
you
called.
don't know what we
It's
doing.
called courtship. You're supposed to court each other. I pay for something. You pay for something. Why
Right,
not?
but it don't have to be the same. Oh, you spent $1,000 on me. I need to spend $1,000.
Yes.
That's not
So
how.
wait, Rose, real quick. I don't want you to embody women that we came across. Right? I'm not taking like you or Becca that way, but we're talking from a standpoint of stuff that men come across, right? So if you're saying that, hey, you know, my average salary, and I'm just putting out numbers, like you said, that guy makes 6 figures. So let's just say that he's still with under the wealth tax. So he makes about 250K, right? That's like what? I think that's 0.5%, right? 0.5%. And then you make $50,000 a year, right? So the thing is, that guy probably liked that girl because he's like, man, she's really nice. Because there are some dudes that do make that money. They just want a simple person just to walk life with. So they will see that girl in McDonald's, you know, with the weave and everything like that, but they see something special inside of her. And then was like, yeah, I'm about to take her out of here to try to be that white knight. I'm gonna take her out of this and then put her into a better life. But it doesn't always turn into a happy Disney story, right? So that's what we're talking from a standpoint of we're at the point in society where people are trying to go tick for tack regardless. People are playing gotcha games in order to gaslight, manipulate, to get to a certain state just so that they can feel better about themselves. I'm not saying this about you. It's just that we're just putting out stuff just to have a conversation that we came across. But ultimately, right, what Samson is saying, and I agree with him, and that's the reason why I asked him that question, because I'm the same way. If you really like me, you're going to do certain things that's going to really stand out to me, and it doesn't have to be monetary. You might come out the blue. It might be some weird stuff or some quirky stuff, but I'm like, okay, I understand that. This is coming from the heart. You're like, you're not doing this just to, you know, to try to get that signature with the state, and then when it matures in 5 years, then you just take half and walk away. Because those type of behaviors or those movements are very, very. I mean, I'll say for me, I can tell if a person is on that time just because of the way they move, right? Some of the decisions they make in life, I can tell they're just looking for a cash cow. And then there are those that they want a simple life. They're like, I don't want all this stuff. Like, why we got to go here? Why can't we just go to Texas Roadhouse? Why we got to go to Ruth Chris, the same steak? I don't need this. You don't need to. You don't need to do this.
Chris.
Yeah,
Say again?
Pierre wrote a song about it.
why does everybody like going to Root Chris or what's the other one? Capital Grill. That's like the main
Capital
go nigga
Grill,
go to.
Ocean Prime, Bob's Steakhouse.
Question: Y'all took a girl on first dates to somewhere like that before?
No.
Heck no.
I've had chicks ask me
Hell
to do that. I
yeah.
said, nah, you good.
And men doing it. Hell yeah.
Mike, you know I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
I did.
Damn.
But was it a chick that liked you or something?
Mike, she was bad. You know our conversation last time.
Yeah. Why you take her there though? Did she ask to go there? Or you just wanted to impress her?
She asked to go.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the way the conversation was, we was talking. We met up downtown. She had came her car. I came with my car, and we met up downtown. And when we met up downtown, we was just walking, chilling, talking at first. And that's all it was supposed to be at first. It was just supposed to be like a meetup, just talking. That's it. She was like, I'm kind of hungry. Are you? I was like, I
took her to McDonald's.
I could eat. And then I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm a little hungry. I was like, what? I was like, I don't really know the spots over here too well. She was like, where's the Capitol Grill? Not that far.
Wait, what?
Oh,
So she plotted.
Wow, she
mine, peep though.
She ain't plot.
Mine. No, wait. Becca, Becca, remember Uncle Rick say y'all Satan because y'all be doing stuff like this.
No, because hold on, no.
Wait, hold up. Let me tell mine. Hold on, let me finish telling
Wait,
mine.
hold on. Finish the story because I gotta hear this. It's hilarious.
All right, so she say, there's a Capitol Grill not that far from here. You want to go there? I was like, I mean, sure. She was like, okay. So got in her car, got in my car. We met down at Capitol Grill. We go to Capitol Grill. I mean,
wait, y'all went in separate vehicles?
Yeah, because remember, we met up downtown just to talk. Wasn't supposed to go eat nowhere. We just met up separate vehicles just to talk, just to meet up. This is our first meetup. We just talking. And in the process, we was talking, and I wanted to bring this up because I think that was you that you was like vibing or whatever, because we was talking and we had been talking like literally when we got there. It was like when we got downtown, the sun was up. It was like 4, maybe 5. By the time she's talking about eating, it was like
happy hour.
It was around 7, 8. It was around 7 or 8. So we done already been like literally talking
3 to 4 hours.
3-4 hours. So then she like, yeah, I'm hungry. We go to Capitol Grill. She done.
Y'all was talking too long.
So then she hit the Capitol Grill shit, and I mean she ordering. She done hit I took care of everything. After I took care of everything, she was like, we definitely need to do this again sometime. There's another place that I want to go to next. And guess what? Next place was
where?
She wanted to go to STK. It was another steakhouse.
Hold on, Rose.
Going there next.
What's STK?
What about you? It's a 5-star restaurant. What about you made you look like a trick to this girl? Because that's very interesting.
Bro, at first, I got sisters too. I know you say you got 4 sisters. I got 3 sisters. My sisters told me, they said that was a test. They said they felt like it was a test. They said it was a no. They told me it was a no-win test because they was like, the test was if I pay for it. If I say no to the Capitol Grill, then I'm out. If I say yes, obviously we're going on a date. So that's what they told me. They told me it was a test. Now me, I'm thinking,
you're being a gentleman. You thought you were being a gentleman.
Then you found out she was plotting.
Rose. Rose, do you understand why I said that now?
Hey, Rose, I still hit that though.
Okay. You paid for it.
How many days was it after the SDK, or how long did it take you to hit?
No, I need the next time before we even went to SDK.
Oh, worry, you got paid back pretty fast. Okay.
Yeah, so she wanted to meet up at a park. We met up at the park, and we was working out and stuff. Went to the gym and everything. She was like, I'm sweaty. I was like, oh, you wash clothes at the crib. Went back to the crib, smacked it up, and then she was like, you want to go to STK? And I was like,
she made sure she got her pay.
She was using the box to keep it going.
I was like, nah, I can't, man. I got a lot of shit going on today. I can't even do that. I'm sorry.
Did she still let you smash after that? You said no?
No, I dubbed it after that though.
Oh,
All right, well, I'm not as mad now.
That's the ice in you. I just see
So,
that
Rose.
in my mind.
But Rose, she started the precedent. I didn't start it. She started it.
So, Rose, do you understand why I said that's plotting?
The first time,
Am I wrong?
That's fine because from what
No,
he
you're not
said,
wrong.
She said they were. He said they were talking for hours, and she got hungry, and she said it's a Capitol Grill around here. Was it near? Y'all don't have to go out of y'all way.
It was about 10 minutes. About 10
We had
minutes.
to
So she
drive.
didn't pick a
Had to
restaurant
drive.
that was just completely out the way. It
So
was
she's
around
just gonna pass up all the fast food spots.
But
Yo,
Rose,
Trey,
but
Trey,
Rose,
hold on.
How much is
Wait.
Capitol Grill? How much was this meal?
Let's see that because they
Capitol Grill is a steakhouse. You gonna spend about
it
a
was
good
about
$100
it was
on
about
a steak.
350. It was about
Capitol
350.
Grill got a dress
It was
code.
about 350 because she got drinks. It was about
350
350.
with drinks.
If
Yeah, it's
they
about
ain't got a
$100
dress
a
code,
plate.
it ain't that fancy.
Rose, this is what you don't understand. He said they met up downtown, right? And I don't know.
And Rose, she asked to meet downtown.
I don't know where he from, right? But I'm pretty sure every downtown and every city in America has a lot of food places.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for them to get in a car and leave downtown to go to Capitol Grill 10 minutes away.
Separate cars. Don't forget that, Mont. Separate cars.
Separate cars. Like they went out the way to get something to eat.
So why don't you just say no, Sam?
He didn't know the area. He said,
I didn't know, and plus it's the first meetup. What you mean? I'm not thinking she on some nut shit. I'm not thinking she on some nut shit. It's our first time meeting.
But Samson, this is what you did though, Samson. You gave her food and Johnson.
Oh.
Yeah, the fair exchange, or excuse me, the equivalent exchange.
Yeah, that was a
but he didn't get nothing from
got
it.
the draws,
Besides
dog.
box.
Got the
for $175, she needs to raise her prices. Come on, man.
Dinner entree typically
I'll give it 200.
What you say, Rose?
500.
What you say, Rose?
Dinner entree.
Well, you got to be a lot better than
from
that.
$40 to $60.
Oh damn!
You looking
Think
at
about
a
that.
That's
grill
recently.
menu?
You did your big one, Samson.
Oh, she petty. And the most you ever spent was 500. That ain't gonna buy that. Listen, that ain't gonna hardly buy me nothing here.
What? But what you're not listening to me, Trey. What my salary was at that time, that was equivalent to him whatever he made over six figures.
I got you. It makes sense.
Trey said now on his gift got to be another Versace robe. He want the limited edition, and it better match your Birkin or else.
The silk line on the back. The silk line.
And don't forget the massage. Don't forget the oil his scalp either before.
And it better be cropped, embossed.
I'm talking about the show enough robe.
Look, Mark got her. Listen, it ain't nothing. And Samson too. It ain't nothing like your lady moisturizing, rubbing their fingers through you. Ain't nothing like it, man.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah.
Nothing like it.
Playing
Rub
in
it
here
in
all
circles.
day.
Small circles only, or that's the problem with Blue.
You know what?
And feed them grapes while you at it.
Nah, that's too much. She don't need to do that.
Yeah,
She don't need to do that.
She acting different, y'all. She ain't got a quick weave in. She acting different.
We gotta find Rose we gotta find Rose a man who pay all the bills.
She got
So she gotta pick up the draw.
I thought she changed her attitude.
Hey,
Mom, what you talking about? She got a roster, man. She got a roster and a bench.
She got a roster of niggas that she don't like, and then if she and then
No,
if
that's
she,
the bench. That's the bench.
Yeah, but it's
I told you she
for
don't know what
Rose,
her
it's
type
for
is.
Rose, it's her roster. But my problem is if she get a nigga that pay all the bills because it's Rose, it's not gonna be enough because she's still gonna want some type of control. You know how she do.
Nah, she want that special, and that's how people move up in on the roster.
Hey, Mike, tell me this ain't about a bitch.
Wait, did you hear that, Samson?
I pay all the bills. I do all this shit for you. All of that. You my girl, blah, 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 blah. Intentional, exclusive. You still, hey, bro, and you still don't give me no fuck. You don't let me touch nothing. I still don't know what Rose smell like. That's egregious. What the fuck is you talking
Yo,
about?
Samson, did you hear what she just said? And she was telling the truth.
What she say?
If you read body language and then and it matches up with what comes out the mouth is the truth. She said, "For the right one, I'll shut up," and she was telling the truth. She just haven't met that one. I'll make her shut up.
Okay, do you really believe that, brother?
I do believe it because she hasn't met a person that she liked. Everybody's trying to impress her, but once she meets a person that she likes,
but 30K, when somebody lies to you enough times, 30K.
Rose, like what Rose, like she's a Cancer, she's super emotional. I'm telling you, brother, she different. She's spoiled. She already said she's spoiled. She said it.
I get that. So there's probably guys out there that she likes, but I didn't say anything about maintaining those guys. I never said that.
That's
I told y'all earlier.
Yeah, but she still got to keep those dudes though.
I told
that's what I'm saying.
To keep them.
Rose don't know what her type is. I told her that earlier. She don't know her type.
That's unfortunate because if you got a roster of niggas that you don't like and you gonna go on all these dates, you
Why
scarred.
do y'all keep saying that?
Because it's true, and you
And a
already
bench. You keep forgetting and the bench.
The reason you don't let these niggas smell nothing is because you got a history of bad dick. That's why you acting up. So it's like it's not.
Wow.
Wow, that was a shot. That was a shot. Oh my
You just
God.
can't be a God-fearing woman who don't want to give up box somewhere.
Stay out of this. Stay out of this before I come down your street. I will come down your block. Relax.
Thank you, Becca.
Relax,
She said it.
Rebecca.
She said
Relax.
she had bad experiences.
Relax, Rebecca.
No, traumatizing experiences.
Yeah, traumatized. That's the word.
Traumatizing
Traumatized. That boy
experience.
30K don't miss. Traumatized. But look, hey, listen.
What
I'm
they
about
do
to,
to you,
hey, y'all.
Rose?
Listen, I'm not for to play with y'all. It's 2 a.m. We be on this thing all night. Listen, I'm gonna pull up. I'm going live in the morning. If y'all want to go live tomorrow night, we can go live again.
Yeah, tomorrow night. Trey, I'll be around tomorrow night. I gotta be at work all day tomorrow, so I won't be in the morning. But I'll be here in the
Anybody got
nighttime.
anything they want to say before we jump off the lizard?
I got
shout out to the
Rose,
panel. Shout out to everybody. Be safe out there.
I got 3 dates. They all on Saturday. They about
You ain't shit.
They about an hour apart. We'll reconvene.
I'm telling you, mega church pastor.
Me
And we'll
too.
talk
And
about
I hope your first day go over 3 hours. And your phone die.
Oh,
That sounds spiteful right there. Real spiteful.
I got the battery pack.
Y'all know why Samson? Y'all know why Samson got 3 dates on Saturday?
Why?
Because he in his villain era. He done got girls and played with him a little too much. So now he on that shit now. He ain't playing no more. I'm saying he
Or
got
was he the one playing with women?
no
To carry out Samson.
He was upgrading women. He was trying to upgrade them back then and all that, and they ain't appreciate
Hey,
it.
bro, I told you I'm looking for the wife. I ain't seen her yet, man. I'll let you know when I find her or find something close to it. I'll see.
Hey Samson.
That nigga said close to it.
So Samson, which one is going? Samson, which one is going to the carry out for the 3-piece fried rice?
I think I'm gonna do
the one that picks up his drawers.
I think I'm gonna do Starbucks for the. I'm dead ass. I'm looking at my itinerary on Saturday. I think I'm gonna do Starbucks for the first one.
Okay.
Lunchtime, I think I'm gonna try to swing Park Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Oh, that's your big one right there.
Third one is dinner time. I'm gonna try to do sushi for that one. She the baddest one out of the 3, so I'm gonna try to do sushi.
See,
for
that's
the third.
why your problem.
Okay.
Now you didn't learn your lesson the last baddie.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Running
But
to the
look,
same
look, hey,
Hey,
but
look at the
Rebecca, I planned all these, Jones. I
The
did.
brotherhood ain't gonna say nothing.
Look at
You said, John, you in Philly?
What did
You
I
in Philly?
do?
Wait, who in Philly? Samson, you're not in Philly, is you?
No, wait. What is the brotherhood supposed to say to me? What did I do?
Because you running into the
Where's
same,
Ali
like he
with
said,
all
you
his
didn't-
righteousness?
you didn't live-
I gotta find her. The only way I'm gonna find her, I gotta comb through these months.
He gotta experience first. He gotta get it out of his system. He done been being this good man for all the women for all these years. Let him experience women. He gotta learn them first and all that.
Yeah, he gotta be like OG.
No,
Yeah,
not
but
good.
he got
Nice. He
it's
was nice.
already ill intentions. You taking the baddest one to the most expensive one you didn't learn last time.
It's by time of day. The first one's in the morning. We're doing Starbucks in the morning.
You can't go to a brunch spot.
Hey,
Nah, don't upgrade that. Starbucks or Dunkin'.
Get a mimosa flight. It's not that deep.
Hey, Mark, Sunday night, OG J Speed was on here doing this all night.
Oh yeah, I was driving and watching that. I was like, man, this dude about to have me crash my truck.
Bro, that nigga was shooting his shot at Rose, boy.
Rose's cheeks were so stiff and red.
Rose, you gotta give OG Speed. You gotta give him a shot. Like he know a lot.
He an old school player, the old school from the Himalayas.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Say he not using. Hey, OG say he not using his tongue. None of that.
He said he dropped from the line, came back, and
He
told
said that,
Mont. He told Rose, he said, "Hey, stop playing with your hair," and she stopped.
Yo, Mont, this guy said,
I took it out.
like, this guy got Rose saying, "I'm shy." I was like, "Whoa!" I never saw that on live.
Hey, before we get out here, somebody said they want to lick Rose. They in the comments.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, walk in the comment section.
No, they did not say that. Blue,
We'll tell. We're gonna tell Mont that
Put
story
that
later.
on something.
You so messy.
Put that on something.
I'll tell
What did someone say?
Put it on something.
I ain't got nothing to say.
It was August.
Somebody said they wanted to take their finger.
Oh yeah, August. I've already realized this. August is a freaky bum. We all realized that already.
She's a stay-at-home mom of 6.
8.
Oh God.
8.
Hold on. So 8. I think Monk done he done guessed it.
Yeah, she a freaky bum.
Y'all remember that scene in Sinners where she was like, "Oh, preacher boy, I ain't even got to wash up yet."
Yeah, somebody comment said.
I just want to taste you.
Somebody come and said they want to do Rose click like this.
Yo, put it on. Oh yeah, you can't put it on the.
Out of this, please.
What she said. She said.
I should have known you put
wild all
the
night.
glasses on. You was about to be messy.
I'm just. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
I was not messy today.
Wait, the sisterhood said that to her?
Yes, a woman said it.
30K. Stop.
The sisterhood, 30K. The sisterhood.
Asking questions. Don't entertain it.
No, that's diabolical.
Hold on, let me tell you how diabolical it was. Hold on, Charity K. Let me tell you how diabolical it was. This particular individual shot her shot at 2 individuals, 2 women. The sisterhood.
Wait, what live was that? So I can go back and look at it.
Sunday. And hold on. And she got listen. And her husband was in the house when she shot her shot.
And it was his birthday, 30K.
Who husband?
August.
The lady in the comment. Oh, okay. Well, I guess they had out the bag.
She right there. She in the comments.
She got a husband?
Yeah,
it was his birthday.
They got 4 kids together.
And she don't pick up her shot. That's
she
crazy.
shot her shot at 2 other women on her birthday with her husband in the house.
Mont, she like the female version of Rick.
Oh man.
Did she, when she was shooting her shot, was that the same time when she was like, if you want her to shut up, just go ahead and put it, and I'm not going to finish the rest?
Yes.
Oh no.
Wait, was that? Did you hear me? You heard me, Trey?
August.
That was petty.
What was going on that night, August?
Boy, that was petty.
What I said?
The female version of Big Rick, that
didn't line up. No,
it do line up.
No,
I'm saying
I gotta go to sleep. Y'all.
All right, I'm about to end this stream, man. I'll see y'all.
Hey, Rose, Sunday fun day. I'm gonna let you know about these dates, girl. I got you.
It's Founders Day. What you talking about? I'm outside.
Oh wow. Well, you're gonna be wearing the red and black?
Nah, she's gonna be wearing it. She built for it tough. It's blue and white.